This is your good friend Patrick O'Dowd welcoming you all into another edition of Bandwagon Nerds. Bandwagon Nerds is
Dag nabbit.
this coffee, I tell you, I don't know, guys. It might be Irish. Bandwagon Nerds is, of course, brought to you as a part of the Chairshot Radio Network on the new and improved chairshot.com, where we remind you to always use your head. Make sure you are heading over to prowrestlingtees.com/the chair shot for all of your chair shot swag needs. I am so excited, fellas, for two reasons. One, if you're listening to us live, we're on our Sunday schedule again. We're back. Had a couple of Saturday recordings, did something a little different. Confused Dave because I sent the rundown super early yesterday, which light rundown, but I want to make sure that we have enough time for all of our drafters to be able to draft because we are continuing the 70s intro draft project this week with Action Series, which I got to confess, between this week and drama, some of my favorite research activities I've done in a while. Loved
I
it.
I thought for sure Ray was avoiding us till the 70s were over.
I mean, I would have bought it. Like that would have made sense.
I
Um,
almost didn't come today. Today is my daughter's birthday, but
oh,
Well, what are
you
you
could have
doing?
missed. What's that all about?
I'll,
You know
we have
what?
a dinner after. So
Gotcha. But no,
So dedicated. So dedicated.
I had sent the rundown early because, as I had just mentioned, I was in a bowling tournament yesterday where I made some cash. I actually bowled for dollars and achieved dollars, fellas, and that was very exciting. So I do want to welcome in. We have a full bandwagon today. You heard all of their voices. We'll start with the returning man, myth, legend, the Reverend Raymond S. Cashington Esquire, webmaster extraordinaire, the producer dude, doing all kinds of work, the Lord's work. I owe you an apology because I didn't send you the draft results from last week until this morning.
it's
And
fine.
so the
It's been
Bandwagon Nerds website, which is the back of the back burners in my opinion in terms of your priorities, and I'm sure in yours as well. But I do want to make sure that I'm giving you the material that you need for when you get to it and get it done.
I wouldn't need it if I was on the show.
But you know what? Life gets in the way. It happens to all of us.
Yeah,
I
it's all
made
good.
literally 2 weeks ago made this bold like I'm going to be here every Sunday until blah blah blah, and then the next week I'm like, guys, I lied. Oh, I'm a piece of shit. Just fucking. I'm sorry.
All
But
good.
we're
All
back
good.
today.
Wow.
We are, and this week I'm not an hour and 20 minutes late to the recording time, which was nice. But Masters of the Universe achieved. Also joining us today, the man I go to with all questions about golf because he's talented and Dave is not. PC Tunney,
This
um,
is true. This is true.
Mean.
chair shot villain. I'm the bad guy. Duh.
At least you play a
It's fair.
golfer on TV.
It's fair.
I play golfer on TV. Oh, okay. I wish.
Hey,
I wish I got paid like a golfer on TV.
right? Right? Even that Canada tournament that we were talking about that nobody knows about, somebody's getting a big fat check. I know that
I
because they
don't.
show it on Happy Gilmore.
I don't know who it was. It was Cantlay or Kisner, who are PGA Tour pros, and they got asked the question about like, isn't it frustrating, like, you know, finishing 25th or something, or not winning all tournaments? And the guy's like, I don't know. I make like $2 million a year. I got a pretty nice house.
As long as you
It
make the cut,
seems
it's
fine to
not
me.
frustrating.
Oh
As long
yeah,
as you make the cut and get paid.
This
and
could be
of
a little
course,
worse.
and of course that last voice you heard coming in the end, my good friend, terrible golfer, the lawyer himself, David Ungar. Dave,
Not
I've
that
never I've
terrible.
never watched you golf, so I can mini golf. That's what I
Hey,
got.
Tony, I shot a
I have ace the
44 on the
windmill.
back nine last week, man. I was like, yeah. I mean, for me, that's good. But uh, no, but it's funny you mentioned that thing. Like, Tony, I don't know if have you watched Full Swing season 4 yet? Like episode 2, Ben Griffin is one of the golfers who talks about how he had to leave the game for a while
Yep.
because he wasn't making cuts and not getting paid. And he had to go be like a normal dude. And somebody finally said, you need to be, you're too good a golfer to not be doing this. Came back, started making cuts, and gets very emotional talking about how he doesn't have to worry about like going out to dinner with his wife anymore. And that's
It's
really cool to hear.
It's funny because when he came back, he broke through in a tournament that's like
Zurich.
done.
The Zurich.
Yeah, and it's the almost different ruled tournament out of every other year because two PGA pros team up and it's a two-man teamed tournament. Won
cool.
that, then went ahead and won like his next start too. So anyway,
Yeah.
Can we see in all the fake chair shot gatherings that we try to orchestrate? Can we orchestrate a chair shot gathering at the Waste Management Open someday?
Yes.
I have no interest to
Yes.
going to that golf tournament.
Come on, how fun would that be?
I can think of much better places than to be at the Waste Management Open if I want to get that drunk.
Where is that at? Where is Waste Management Open?
It's in
Arizona.
Arizona.
Phoenix, it's
Where Greg. We can get
TPC.
Greg there.
Come
It's
on, man.
TPC Scottsdale, Ray. So what they basically
Yeah.
do is have a party. Like the 16th hole is a par 3, and it's in the side of a stadium. And if you don't hit it on the green, they boo your ass and throw beers at you and shit. Like
Got you.
it's a
Yeah.
shit show, though. The people are falling over drunk there. It's just the most annoying thing I've ever seen.
That
So
sounds
there you
like
have
a
it, folks.
holiday for you.
Tunney
Happy
is
Gilmore.
opposed to fun. That's what I heard. Because here's the thing, I would absolutely, without question, love to go to one of the Holy Grail tournaments of golf. I'm not even a big avid golfing fan, but like I would go to a major. Like if I had the opportunity to like attend a major, I would go to the U.S. Open or the Masters or the British Open, or is it even called the British Open anymore?
Yeah,
It's
The
just called
Open
the Open
Championship.
the Open Championship.
The Open Championship.
the British Open.
You know,
Yeah,
well,
and then Mama
Players'
called it British
Championship.
Open. We call it the
I
British
would I would love to go to Augusta because the food prices are so ridiculously cheap. It's like, wow.
Right.
You
I
can get
mean,
the whole
it-
menu
it-
for like $30.
It's cheap because they still think it's 1984, 1944, if you know what I mean.
Ray can't get in. That's
Well,
what I just
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Ray can't get in.
This-
Ray
I'm
can't
glad
get
you
in.
said the loud part out loud.
Is it or if he does get in, he has to use a different entrance and can't use the same water fountain.
And that's why it's so cheap.
So they give you their shoes. Hey, shine these shoes for me, Ray.
Oh Jesus. Okay, let's walk away from this. In all seriousness, would love to see. I would love to go to a PGA event, and specifically, like, who wouldn't want to go to a major if they had the chance? Go see a major, like that'd be fun. I'm gonna ask one last golf related question though, Tony. If you could
Uh-oh.
watch a hole like at any tournament, like what tournament and where would you want to be to like camp out and watch the tournament? Like what hole?
We also have to ask the.
I don't know golf.
I
All I know is Amen Corner. So like I
haven't.
if-
I haven't.
like
asked-
outside of
good
that, I can't answer it.
That's a good one.
Right? Go ahead, Ray.
Is it 17 or 18 at St. Andrews when they go walk over the little thing?
Oh, the bridge there.
Yeah, man, like that whole so dope to me. Just the 17 because they walk, I think, to the last hole, but just the majesty of it. While growing up, I always thought that was just such a cool look.
I'm curious to
And
see
St.
what Tony
Andrews is
says
cool
here.
anyway.
No, go ahead, Dave.
I've got 17 TPC Sawgrass. I mean that's.
Oh,
the one
I thought
want.
you were about to be like, I have 17 places I'd like to go. I'm like, we
No,
asked
no,
for
no.
those, sir.
17 at TPC Sawgrass.
We're
and
gonna
hope
do
that it's a-
honorable mentions later on in the
Yeah.
show, and
I-
we know how that goes for us.
I would do it and hope that it's a really good tournament because that hole will squeeze the pressure right out of you. So because that's the island green at Sawgrass that is iconic.
I think whoever said it right away, if you could sit at Amen Corner in the right spot, you can watch the three most like tournament shifting holes in all of golf, right? The Masters is won or lost there. I think of Francisco Molinari, who went like 3 over on those 3 holes. Tiger went 1 under and won his last Masters, right? So that's a space where I kind of cheat. I can watch 3 holes, you know?
In the U.S. Open this week. This
All
this
3
week
holes?
is the U.S. Open, right?
Yep,
think.
U.S. Open this
Yeah.
week from Shinnecock Hills.
Almost like we did it on purpose, huh?
I
Hashtag
love it.
journalism.
We did totally. That was absolutely.
Everybody who
direction.
tunes into this show to listen to nerd shit is gone.
They're like, what happened to where? This is
When did
not
this
4
turn a
quarters.
golf show?
This is nerd. We're nerding out. Tony
Welcome to
and I-
Foreplay with Patrick O'Dowd, Dave Ungar, Ray Cash, and Peace.
Whoa.
This
When-
is our
If
Foreplay.
you are
Foreplay.
listening live, by
That's
the
a
way,
dope
if you are
name.
listening live, please feel free to jump in the chat, throw some questions up, comment on the draft. I would love to hear. And maybe you're like most of us and like don't remember the 70s unless you're Dave because he was 36 in the 70s. He was living it. He was hanging out with Lee Majors at the time. I want to say.
By the way, thanks for picking
Lee
$6
was my
million
dog.
man. Can't use it this week. Thank you for that.
I'm
I
not.
have
Yeah,
you
wait.
can use it.
that.
You can use
Well,
it.
he can't.
I can't. You
Dave
guys can.
I'm
cannot.
not gonna use it. I'm not gonna use it because Tony picked one that I was gonna use this week too.
Well, you can pick whatever you want.
I'm
You
not
just
gonna.
can't
Which
do
one?
it
Okay.
twice.
Which one was
It's
it?
your draft.
You asked which one was it? Because I'm not gonna pick it.
No. Okay, what was it?
The coolest man in the history of history, Kojak.
It's fair. Here's I'm gonna end this little intro with a Patrick So White moment. I had to look up and see if Shaft was a movie or a series.
No, it's fair. It's Blaxploitation was the time. It's fair. I get it.
And I was like, I'm sorry, I couldn't.
It's
I was
fair.
like, Richard Roundtree was dope. Yeah, Isaac Hayes in the theme song.
Patrick.
I'm
One
sorry.
bad mother. Shut your mouth.
Here,
I
and
was
by the way,
not a,
here's what helps you when you think of Blaxploitation. Did they show titties and cuss? If they did,
Right.
it wasn't on TV.
right.
Shaft got a lot of titties and a lot of cussing.
Oh, I should watch Shaft. I've never seen Shaft actually. I've never.
Oh,
watched
it's actually
that
it's a dope movie.
Hey, Pat, I had to look up to see if Sexy Cleopatra was a real show, and then realized, oh, that's this Kentucky Fried Movie. Never mind.
Oh, great movie. I haven't watched that in Catholic Schoolgirls in Trouble. That's a
Yeah.
great movie.
Rex Kramer, Danger Seeker. That's some racist shit there, but it's funny.
Big Dick Slade. All right. We are way off the rails. We do have a fun show today. We're going to continue our coverage of Spider Noir. We got a kind of a nice little hodgepodge of a trailer park today, and then I only put one news around the Nerdosphere thing, but it's just one of the more interesting streaming decisions I've seen in a while, and I want to get some thoughts because I think it's interesting, but. We're going to start this show the way we start just about every show these days, and that is heading over to the trailer park.
Give it a try,
And
Dave.
Dave, do you feel
That's
lucky?
why he's a guest. He didn't want the pressure.
Yeah.
Well-
how many Tony, give me a 10-second countdown, okay? Here we
I would
go.
say just let
Let's-
it play for about 3 seconds and then wind it down.
I'll do that. Here we go. That's good
And
enough.
we're done. Welcome,
Well, you
everyone.
could,
to
I
the
mean,
trailer park.
you don't have to hit stop.
You
You
could
can
fade
slowly
it
bring the
out.
volume down.
Fade it out.
All right, I guess I'll make sure I'm in there as host
That's it.
next week.
You're done.
Okay, my bad.
I guess I could have done it.
That's enough.
He did
Like
the
that-
thing. He did. He counted
We'd have
it down
faded
and
it down.
he
We would have
stopped.
lost money. We'd have lost money if we'd have faded it down.
Oh man, that's hilarious. All right, well, welcome to the trailer park, everyone. We got 4 trailers this week. A couple of Disney trailers. Oh, excuse me, the coffee barking back at me.
Choked up.
You know, I had this thought. I've officially hit that age, that point in the 40s, where mundane things. It seems like your body tries to take an opportunity to like kill you, like
Mhm.
breathing. Like I'll just take, like I'll take a breath, and all of a sudden, like I'll have like saliva go at the same time, and I'm like, and then like it's just like why? Just like I'm just trying to inhale, and my body is like, fuck it, we're leaving the mortal coil, we're
I
out.
want to be great. Don't want
We're
to be
done.
Hey,
great, brother.
Tony, we had a variation of Retainer Boy on Four Corners earlier today.
Uh-oh.
It was his
Uh-oh.
cousin, upset Texas Tech boy. That
Fucking
sort of
Brendan
thing. So-
Sorsby. No. God.
Actually,
Did
you know who
did
the
you do
sports
the accent?
the
No.
sports equivalent of retainer boy is equipment manager.
It's fair. But that
That's
also makes me
hilarious.
think of kit managers like Nathan Shelley, and then I get mad.
No, well, don't think of Nathan. Think of Higgins' son.
Yeah, that's a good call. That's good. All right, well, let's get into the trailer park. The first trailer was a trailer that Tony shared, but was one that I was interested in sharing myself as well, because the Little O'Dowd, it never ceases to amaze me what my son's shifting interests have turned into. And the boy's gone dark. The boy has gone dark. He loves him some good horror movies. He loved Backrooms. And one of the trailers that we had for Backrooms was this film from Ridley Scott, The Dog Stars. Right? This is a Ridley Scott one, I
Mhm.
want to say.
Yes.
Yep.
Which,
Because the Scott Free, I remember the Scott Free logo came up during it.
right. And it's
from Gladiator and the guy from Gladiator and
right. And
Martian also.
it's based on I think it's based on a book by the same name, or a novel of the same name. And it is it's a post-apocalyptic story that looks like, from my interpretation of this trailer, is two humans search for hope in a world that is very much horrible, violent, and hopeless. Like Josh Brolin is in this movie as the grizzled, like, I am just going to survive and murder people as they come at us sort of character. I'm could have asked for help because I don't remember the actors. I'm trying not to crash the studio, so I don't have IMDb up right now. But
Jacob Elordi.
I do. But then you're gonna sit there and be like, stop looking at your phone while I'm talking. Anyway, if somebody would like to effort, precious.
Jacob Elordi is the guy's name.
Jacob Elordi, Frankenstein himself. That's right. Is the lead, and it's a very intriguing movie, and it's one of those things, like, you have this very bleak wasteland of a landscape. There's a lot of imagery of like hordes of, I don't know if they're people or if they're, like what their deal is. I haven't read the book. Haven't read a lot of background about this.
Look
but
like zombies.
Yeah, like it could be zombies. I don't know necessarily. I didn't want to assume because they didn't look thoroughly zombie-ish.
They're intelligent as hell. They're zombies.
Right. So it's just like they're doing things like leaping onto helicopters and stuff as they're trying to fly away. So there is a little bit of unreality.
Shoot the roof.
Because it could also be very much like a Mad Max Fury Road sort of situation, right? Like that sort of savagery. So is it a societal breakdown sort of story? But bottom line, the little O'Dowd, as we're watching this, like, he was just like, this interests me. And I'm like, I'm worried about you. And, like, I'm very worried about you. But he's into it, and so I think I'm here for it. Tony, you shared this trailer. So what sparked you when watching this to want to share this with the group?
Well, I didn't watch the trailer before I shared it. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have shared it. Okay. It looks interesting. It looks like something you guys will enjoy.
The little O'Dowd. I mean, apparently.
Let's talk about Jacob Elordi though, and his rise from like Euphoria to what was the movie where Barry Keoghan fucked the dirt? Come on, guys.
Say it again.
Dirt? The Castle. Barry Keoghan goes in and takes over this, turns into the family, like tries to be the family. There's the sister. Anyway, there's that. Frankenstein. This. I think he's in a couple other big movies too, but I'll look it up.
I just heard "fuck the dirt." I was like, wait a minute. I mean, and if you watch Euphoria, that's not all.
Saltburn. He was also in is Wuthering Heights out yet or no?
Wuthering Heights, yes.
Okay.
With him and Margot Robbie, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Dave, post-apocalyptic Ridley Scott film. What could possibly go wrong?
I like this trailer. I'm immediately intrigued by it. I find myself having the same kind of questions that you guys have alluded to, which is like, are we dealing with zombies or just survival?
From what I read, it's a post-flu pandemic. So they don't really specify it. So I don't know if these people are losing it or they're all trying to fight each other for limited resources. But
that's kind of what I didn't see like too much about like zombies or cordyceps infected people or anything along those lines. It looked like you were saying, Pat, more Mad Max survival. Survivors
and there's
on
clearly
each other for control.
Like Jacob Elordi's character and the woman that he's with. They also uncover some sort of secret. Like that is in the trailer of them like in some offices. Go ahead, Ray.
Just point out the lady you're speaking of is Oscar-winning actress Mikey Madison.
So yeah, the chick that was in the movie and in the trailer no, just kidding. Sorry. That was just me being.
You want to give her respect. She won an Oscar a couple years ago.
Respect, yeah. Sorry, Dave, I cut you off. But it does seem like there's a conspiracy involved as well. Ray, what are your thoughts on this one?
It's cool. It kind of reminds me of Mad Max meets 28 Days Later.
Yeah, a little bit.
So to speak. Especially like the later turns with like Bone Temple and like the crazy people that are kind of around that have made that world that's kind of were built for that world. If you watch The Walking Dead, the Whisperers, and they like were built for that world more than anything, it kind of feels like that without wearing dead people faces. But the biggest thing to me is what Tony said. Euphoria just ended, and I think it had like 101 million people watch the finale. The way he died, that whole season was terrible for him as an actor. But so I was wondering what the next big thing for him was after Tony and I, and maybe you did guys do too, believe he was cheated out of Best Supporting Actor. Shout out to Sean Penn. One battle was great, but Jacob should have won that Oscar. So I was just really curious what his next big role would be because that's the dude who should be running Hollywood in 2 years. So it's interesting, and this is the next movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's Jacob's star is nowhere but on the rise. Like I think that's without question. I do agree with you. I felt that there was a little too much nepotism isn't the right word, but just like Sean Penn gets nominated, like it almost feels like a foregone
And
conclusion
I feel like they
sometimes.
do it on purpose because they know he's not going to be there, so we can just get out of this,
Right.
just get out of the segment, and just give him something to
Which
be gone.
yeah, but come on. Um but I really want to hear Dave rant a little bit today. And I don't know if he's actually going to because he might be so tired of it at this point that the ranting is done. We did get our final look at Moana, the upcoming live action Disney Moana remake that is coming out. And I'm assuming that this trailer and the next trailer that we're going to talk about are going to appear in front of Toy Story 5. Like that's we're getting these out so that we can put them in front of Toy Story 5 this coming weekend, which will just obliterate everybody in its path next week. If sorry, Dave, Disclosure Day did not hit the heights that they were hoping for. Even though I hear it's a good movie, I don't know if you've seen it yet, but it's gonna be in your watch. It's gonna be in your watch, and I'm sure. But it just seems like Toy Story 5 is Thanos. It is inevitable. But we got our next look, and there's some fascinating things about this trailer. Not really the trailer itself, but just things that I noticed. One, the runtime between this movie and the animated original are only 7 minutes different. This movie is about 7 minutes longer than the OG. But I do want to talk. We have talked about this before, but I do want to talk one more time about how great it is, and I'm going to mispronounce her name, but Catherine was it Lagaya? I don't want to close. I'm sorry, Catherine. I'm white, and culturally appropriating people all the time. But anyway, the OG Moana herself, the voice of Moana, is playing the Moana character, and for all of its faults that Disney has had with it, I think so. She was the voice.
No,
Or is it somebody different?
Ali Cravalho was the OG.
Oh, there was
Ali
something. I
Cravalho was
thought,
the one. She's the one who gave the okay for old girl to
Oh,
play.
she
'Cause
was
Ollie's
approved.
like 25 now.
My bad. Anyway, she sounds good. She looks right. Um,
It's a good hire for the record. It's a very good.
right.
Hire.
It is a good casting. I will retract my statement of good on Disney for bringing back OG cast members, even though, like, what is it? Moana supposed to be about 15, 16, somewhere in there.
Yeah, and that's why they didn't bring Ollie. Again, Ollie is
Right,
like
'cause she's in her
25. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? If it worked for Mark Paul Gosselaar in the 90s, I don't see why,
I mean, that's a fair point.
Tiffany
Fair
Amber
point.
Thiessen, Saved by the Bell. Anyone? You'll be hearing that in an upcoming draft.
It's Catherine Lung.
So there you go. I think she looks great.
Mhm.
I still can't get over the Rock's wig. It just looks. I don't know if it's because I'm used to Dwayne Johnson just without hair, and this is such a jarring image.
I think the funnier thing though is if you think back to his wrestling career when he had hair and then just kept losing it and losing it and
Right.
losing it, and then finally he was bald. And while he was losing it, we didn't really talk about it much. But now if you
Right.
go back and watch him in any of those iterations of when he just started to lose it
Curly hair.
and shaved it, he looks
Yeah.
dumb as fuck. He should have shaved that long before trying to keep that for so many years.
Right. Well, vanity is a real thing. I like look at John Cena. Like John, I'm begging you, man. It's getting rough up there.
Well, he had the implants.
And by the way, John, I appreciate John's openness, but if
Yeah.
his story is true and he's that aloof, he literally said, "I didn't know it was that bad till the wrestling crowd was like, bro, you bald." and it made me go get implants.
There are people though in Hollywood that have made the decision that they're going to do it. Like the biggest person
Sure.
I can think of that went out and did it, and basically say he wouldn't have the career he has today without it, is Joel McHale.
Didn't know that.
It's interesting. So, Dave, when are you going to get implants? When are you going to take care of that?
I should probably think about that, but they're a little pricey. So, Tuddy's right
It's true.
behind me.
It's true. You don't.
Tuddy, you want to split the cost
No,
with me, Tuddy?
Hold on. Don't be pulling Tunny into this because Tunny pulls it off. I'm just
Wow.
saying.
Hey, I
I
got a
don't know if
plug in
this- I don't-
Turkey, by
I
the
don't know.
way.
I don't know if
Today,
that
I
was a
woke
serious
up-
compliment towards me, or are you just trying to really rub it in on Dave? And I was just like, I'll take
For some
it.
reason, I woke up this morning and looked at Dave's face and chose violence. That's
Wow.
what happened.
Wow. Well, thank God it's not me. Sorry,
That's-
Dave.
that's-
Friendship.
Woo.
Friendship.
That's
You know, it really should be
that's love
Ray.
for you.
It really should be Ray because Ray hasn't been here in 2 weeks. But for some
Yeah, I'll take
reason,
it.
I'm like, oh, Ray's back.
It's gonna happen. Trust me.
Oh, right.
Absence
2
makes the
hour show.
heart grow
Right.
fonder. That sort of thing.
You know
That's
what?
all I
I'm
gotta
just,
do. Did I
I'm
get
getting
booed?
this
Is
out
just
of the
to say
way.
off the show?
I got to say this. I'm getting this out of the way now because in a month, you're going to literally like 1 month from today, you guys get 2 weeks of no Patrick on the Bandwagon Nerds because I'll be in the Mediterranean. And I won't actually get those podcasts until I return stateside.
Let's just hope your Italian vacation is not as ruined as Becky Lynch.
No. Mediterranean.
So,
I'm hitting Greece. I'm hitting Turkey. I'm also hitting Rome. We start from Rome and then we hit other places and end up back at Rome. So
All right.
it's
Do you hear
mostly-
that? Do you hear that? Italy, Turkey, and Greece. You've been warned. You have 2 weeks to prepare.
no, they have a month. They have a month. They have a
it's like
month.
three body problems. You got a month to prepare for this invasion coming up. But
I'm actually worried that I'm gonna melt because it's gonna be like 150 degrees out there. But that's a whole other story. Dave,
it's the Mediterranean. You'll
I
be
know
fine.
you. I know. I don't think anybody. Ray, I don't. You might be the only one who would go to see this in the theater.
Yeah. probably.
Maybe like I know it won't be on my radar because of where the Little O'Dowd is now when it comes to entertainment. Dave has been very adamant about live action remakes, and Tunny, Moana super fan that he is, I don't think there's enough Pua in the movie for him to the pig. That's Hey Hey.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. Well, see,
Hey.
you should go there. You know the goddamn.
Pua is
people.
the pig. Well, Moana as an animated feature is one of the best things that Disney has done in the last 20 years, like without
Agreed.
question.
Agreed.
Like Moana 2, the less said about Moana 2, the better. But Moana is phenomenal. Moana 2, the music just does not slap.
Yeah, the story might be better in Moana 2, but the music is.
If they got rid of the music, it would be a better story because Moana is
Agreed.
going to become Tafiti by the time it's all said and done. But anyway, Dave, I keep cutting you off.
You already know what I'm going to say, so it's like, why buy? I mean, I've been the most vocal of us about my anti live action remakes of these animated ones, and especially this one is the highest one possible because it's like not only are we remaking it, but we're using the same people. Why? That's the extent of my rant there. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere near this thing with a 50-foot pole. So
Can I retort with one simple drop the mic question for you?
you could
And
try.
I don't begrudge. The reason why I don't hate that take is because a fair number of some of the high profile ones of these remakes have been bad to unnecessary. That's why I don't hate this take too much. But the idea that they shouldn't do it at all, I disagree with that. But here's my retort to that is, then why are you cool with books being made into movies? I got the idea. I already got the visual from the book. Why do I need a movie?
Well, I think books are different because you're trying to bring a author's interpretation to life, and there's
And
a
you're trying-
challenge.
same
There's
thing.
a challenge of doing a book like Lord of the Rings. Can that be brought to life on the silver screen? This is something we've already seen in animated format. Why are we got to do this live action with the same
Because
people
There's
in the
a
same
challenge.
story? And like Pat said, it's a 7-minute difference in runtime. I mean, how
Well, that's-
different are we really doing this?
That's my point. It's not meant to be different. It's meant to give a different visual look from the animation to live action. It's no different than Lord of the Rings. The book is bringing a different visual thought to the movie. because if you read Lord of the Rings, if you read Hunger Games, if you read 50 Shades of Grey, if you read Harry Potter, any of these books, anybody who's a fan of these books will tell you the books are a million times more vivid than the movies were.
Sure.
It's just a different visual interpretation. Same thing
If
here.
you're saying it's a different visual interpretation, I get that, but I mean, this is like what I've seen in the trailer looks very similar to. I mean, there's not much difference going on other than that it's not animated,
But
but
you're
it's the same
taking
thing.
All
I
right.
could help.
taking
I could help.
different.
I could help
Let's-
argue
let's-
Dave's
let's move
side, but I
on.
think I think we're ganging up on Dave today. So Ray's absolutely right.
I will no. Dave knows how much I love him, and
No, I think
I
the one difference that the point that Dave hasn't made that I think would help his argument is when you talk about a book, yeah, you're being guided to a certain visual, but it's your visual that you've taken away from words, as opposed to like an animated thing, you're given the visual. There's no really interpretation to it. You know what I
Well,
mean?
no.
part of
Yeah,
a
yeah.
translation from a book
Oh,
is
boy.
to see like if the
Sorry,
movie
Pat, I should've
version
just shut
matches up with like what
I
I've had in
really
my
should have
head.
never put the
you know?
trailer in because this is the fight we have every time we talk about these.
But it's not a
It's
bad
okay,
fight. It's a
but-
good.
but
It's
no,
a good
I think,
conversation. We're not
I
fighting.
think like with
I'm
books,
gonna-
I want to
I'm
see
gonna-
No,
does
fuck
the
you
movie
guys.
version, does the movie version match up with what I've imagined in my head, and that sort of thing, and that's kind of cool to see how that translates. But
So
And the whole
here's the
point of
thing.
this is just to see what does the how would Maui the character look like if it was a real person?
like The Rock,
And
Well,
and they go. Sorry, Patrick, go
Okay,
ahead.
so yes, okay, we're in different spots. I will just go. Yeah, I'm calling it. I'm calling it. Here's my last thought on this, and I just think is my biggest problem is not so much that they're doing it. I've never really had a problem with these. Like whatever, get the entertainment out, however you want to get it out. I do think it's interesting. This movie is only 10 years old. The original movie is only 10 years old, and Moana is very much a prevalent character within Disney, the animated character within their IPs and the things they put out there. And so to me, it's not like when they redid Beauty and the Beast, which was
Lion King,
30
yeah,
years
Jungle
old, The
Book,
Lion
yeah,
King,
yeah,
30 years
yeah.
old, like those older
Yeah.
IP, like I have questions about why we're doing Tangled, but Tangled is also a little bit older. So, we'll see. That's my only quibble is that
That's fair.
it's like Moana is still relatively new.
Who would have
Uh,
thought they did Moana
ish.
before Frozen? If it's about the money, because Moana makes
True.
a billion.
Well,
a boatload
we're
of
about to
money,
get
but
we're about to get Frozen 3 animated wise too. So interestingly
they were
enough.
probably waiting. Yeah,
Um,
good point. Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes there. All right, let's move on to the next. We got our first look at Pixar's upcoming animated feature Gato, which there was a lot of consternation in the entertainment industry that Pixar was ripping off the Oscar award winning animated film. And I'm going to get it wrong, that won not last year, but the year before, which is the tale. It follows the adventures of a cat wandering around Europe. There's no dialogue or anything. It was put out by an independent studio. It won in a stunning fashion.
Flow.
Like what?
Flow.
Like nobody saw it winning. And then shortly after that film wins an Oscar, the announcement that Pixar is doing this film Gato, following the adventures of a cat wandering around Italy, I do believe. People were like, huh, this trailer looks nothing like that movie at all. It's only a minute, but I mean, we immediately get Mobster Cat in this trailer. It's going to be a different story. Relax, everybody. It's going to be fine. Tunny's going to line up and watch it in 4X. He's already told us.
I'll watch it when
Right.
it comes out. I'll watch it when it comes
Yeah.
out. It's funny. The first thing I thought of him, like, that's not how you spell cat in Spanish, but it's cat in Italian. That's what it is, right? So, because like my cats, I will just speak to them in Spanish. I'll be like, "Silencio, gato," "cállate," things like that. They know quiet in a bunch of different languages, but it looks good. It looks like something entertaining. I mean, the thing about it, when you do a movie about dogs or cats, it's like the most popular pet, at least in America, right? When you think of people having domesticated animals in their house, so it's real easy to kind of connect and appropriate yourselves with that kind of thing. So it looks good. Hopefully, it's good.
does this original Pixar IP hit where other original Pixar IPs lately have not? Ray.
I don't think the problem with Pixar's IPs. I think the problem with Pixar is the marketing because I think every one of those movies have been good. They just don't know about them. How long did me and you talk about Elementals and nobody knew? And the second it got on Disney Plus, people knew it started making a ton of money. I think the issue is, and maybe this is
Was
complete.
Elio Pixar too?
Elio was Pixar.
Yeah, because I remember that was another one that was horribly marketed.
And what? No, I had actually seen commercials for Elio, but not a lot compared to like Toy Stories everywhere, right? There are pizza planets popping up all over the country right now. So
What's bonkers to me is you had Zoe Saldana as a voice actor in Elio, and nobody knew that.
go ahead, Tony. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, please don't ask me any Pixar questions. It would ruin the reputation of Triviax. So
Well, ruin that fucking reputation with your fucking shot us question, bastard. Go look at this week's Trivia X's up today about the World Cup. Really good stuff. I got 3 out of 10 right, so thank you, Tony. Um, no, yeah, I think it's really marketing issues. But the stories are usually salient and in some ways powerful, given the situation, but also fun. But also, I think the thing that the older we get, the less we remember is they're not for us. My kids have never watched a Pixar movie. They were like, I ain't like that. Even Soul, even the movie Soul that
I
everybody
love
says was,
Soul.
I
I
like
do
Soul.
too, but most people
I
say it
love
was a
Soul. It's
miss
terrific.
given the time it came out. Right?
It
It
got
was
released
COVID.
during the pandemic. Like it got
Agree,
fucked.
agree. But I'm
Right.
saying
Sorry.
even that movie, the kids loved. They have never ever there's been a Pixar movie where they haven't liked. Been plenty of movies that they've in Disney. They're like,
I I still cry when I watch Inside Out, man. Like the
oh
end of
no,
Inside
yeah.
Out, Inside
And
Out will
even
break
two,
you.
even the second one.
Two didn't hit me as hard. And this is coming from a guy who suffers from anxiety, but it
Well,
did.
but
For oddly enough, it didn't hit me as hard.
Lil O'Dowd when it came out wasn't at his age now. It may be different if you see it now with him being a
Yeah, it might
teenager.
be. Dave, what do you think of this trailer for Gato?
Yeah, I think like Ray brings up a good point that these Pixar movies are not for us; they're for the kids, and they resonate loudest with them. I do, I mean, yeah, watching this, it's like okay, The Godfather meets animation with cats. This is kind of cool. I can get into this, so I like this one. Again, I think I defer to Ray because I think he hit it right on the head. Am I going to run right out and watch this? No, because it's not for me, but for the kids, absolutely.
I do think everyone can relax. We'll know the entire plot before the movie comes out because Mark Ruffalo is the voice actor for the main cat. He will ruin it in every interview. So
Is Tom Holland
you
in this
don't-
too? Then we'll know for sure. So
Now Tom
I
learned
do
his
not
lesson.
believe. I do not believe Tom Holland is in there, but yeah, Mark
Tom
Ruffalo
learned
is
his
playing
lesson.
the role of Nero, so he's the main guy. Okay, let's let's move forward. Our last trailer, one of the more intriguing sequels I've seen hit the trailer ranks in a while, is we get Mark Zuckerberg is an asshole part 2, also known as The Social Reckoning, the sequel to The Social Network. This one really focusing on Facebook and its its role and its algorithm in its pushing of misinformation uh, and the whistleblower and the reporting around behind that. Jesse Eisenberg is no longer back in the role of Mark Zuckerberg. Remind me who is playing him because it's not Jeremy Allen White. He's playing
It's
the
Jeremy
reporter.
Strong.
Jeremy Strong, yes, who is very angry. We get a lot of very angry Mark Zuckerberg in this film. I do believe was it Aaron Sorkin did the first one, and this one is done, or was it
It's
Abrams?
Aaron Sorkin. It's Sorkin too.
Is it Sorkin for this one? I thought it was.
Yeah, he
somebody
definitely
different.
wrote it. I don't know. I think he's directing too, but he definitely wrote it. And the only reason I know that is because I looked. There was an interview with him asking why Jesse wasn't back.
Oh, Aaron Sorkin. Yeah, Aaron Sorkin is the director and the writer for both of them. And then, no, sorry, David Fincher directed The The Social Network, but Sorkin wrote The Social Network.
Okay.
So slightly different, but yeah, Facebook for Gen Xers like me and Dave and Tony, kind of still the most relevant and used social media platform for many amongst our generation. Like we got that far. I said many, not all. Dave making a little quirk, and
What are
then
you talking
boomers
about?
especially Facebook.
Oh, I hate Facebook.
And I know you hate Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm using our age demographic, not the three of us specifically. It's
And
like,
isn't Tony a millennial? You were born in '80.
oh, he's like right on that edge though, just like me. Like I was born in '78.
Should we
I'm
give out my
technically
social
Gen X.
security number while we're on the show too, Ray?
465.
What's your PIN number?
867
I'm gonna tell you-
5309.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I wish that I had Jesse's girl. All right. No, like I was raised by my grandparents, so if you want to call me a millennial, I'm gonna come to your house and murder you.
I was raised by my
So anyway,
grandparents too. And not
so
them a
no.
millennial.
But
Oh,
just
crap.
this is
The
this
FBI's
is very
here.
much whoever uses Facebook. It's very much a significant part of our lives, and if Facebook's not a significant part of your life, Instagram is definitely part of your life, and also owned by Mark Zuckerberg. So this thread is connected all the way through, whether you want to admit it or not. Social media and Facebook is the granddaddy of social media, regardless of what platforms you use today. And trying to take a look at the whistleblowing and the toxic of the lack of effort by Zuckerberg and Meta to shepherd their content, and sort of the fallout from that. So I think this is an interesting movie. I did not see The Social Network in theaters. I probably will not. I know that's surprising. I probably will not see The Social Reckoning in theaters as well. Just not necessarily the way I want to spend a movie theater ticket. I'd rather watch this movie at home and be able to speak to it out loud and respond to it. So a little bit of a different sort of viewing experience for me. But I think that Aaron Sorkin, one of the best writers of a generation in terms of his ability to write dialogue, his scripting. Like if you want to see fun Aaron Sorkin, watch Sports Night, sitcom back in the late '90s.
Great show.
Only went 3 seasons. Was kind of ahead of its time. 2. It was only 2.
One of the two.
They used to run. They used to do reruns of it on Comedy Central, and I used to watch it on Comedy Central all the time. Great show. Felicity Huffman, William H. Macy, some great actors there. Ray,
Yes.
thoughts on The Social Reckoning?
So when I saw this trailer, I thought AI was really kicking. Like, damn, somebody's on Zuck's ass. They want to made up AI. Because I believe I saw the trailer for the first time the same day SpaceX IPO hit. So I was just like, oh, hey, AI is at this thing, boy. They really. And then I was like, wait, that's Jeremy Allen White. Well, hold on. And then I saw this a real thing. Little context. My freshman year of college was the year Facebook came out. And if you guys remember, Facebook was the very beginning of Facebook. You could only be a college student. You had to sign up with your college email. So still, my college email that I haven't used since 2008 is my email to log in for Facebook. So I've literally grown up with this platform and seen it turn from a really cool kind of address book to hang out with friends and connect with people. It's the reason why I have my second daughter, because it brought me and her mom back together. To now, the reason why, my grandma will call me and tell me that something crazy was that when the pandemic hit, my grandma went and bought 4 boxes of 20 different cases of toilet paper. Well, I said on Facebook, so it's such a wild thing to see the delineation of it, where it started, and the beauty of what it was supposed to represent off the backs of MySpace to what it is now. And you said angry Zuck. In The Social Network, Zuck was kind of angry then too. It's just he was still it was angsty angry. I'm a multi-billionaire angry, why are you mad when I run the world? I tell you what to do. That was one part in there where he was like, um, I'm not that same kid in the dorm room. You can't talk to me that way. So I'm like, bitch, I'm your lawyer. I'm trying to train you. It is interesting. My only fear for this movie is the same fear I had for the one that Ruffalo and other old buddy did when they were working for the Boston Herald when they broke the Catholic um whatever. I always have the priest mess with little boys. That movie that won an Oscar. I always worry about
Disclosure.
this. Like, I always worry about movies that are
Disclosure
based.
Day.
Well,
No.
Oh.
no,
Not that
disclosure.
disclosure.
Yeah, disclosure time or whatever. I always worry about movies that are based off of a whistleblower and the idea of telling a story from a journalistic point of view. They can always be a little weird and a little slow. And this story is a little too important, I think, for it to be left off. But you just, Aaron Sorkin is the man. The Newsroom is my favorite, maybe my favorite show ever. West Wing again also is amazing. The boy writes great dialogue, so I'm sure it'll be great. I'm not. Nobody should watch this in the theaters. This is not a theater movie. This is a movie like Patrick said. You watch at home and you have the TV.
Dunny, to you,
Mark?
sir.
Mark Zuckerberg's kind of a piece of shit, hey?
Yes.
Yeah. And I don't. If people don't know, like he stole Facebook from whoever invented it when they
The
were in school.
Winklevoss twins.
Yeah. Because I remember back when it was like an invite only thing, like before he even had it, and like you had to know somebody who had to invite you, and there was barely anybody there. But I don't know. I'm a Twitter guy. I'm an X guy. So I probably won't watch this. I did watch the original one, which I thought was pretty good with Jesse Eisenberg. But there you go.
You're a Twitter guy, so is Dave.
Huh. Dave is a Twitter guy, just not an X guy.
Thank you, Tony. I have a lot of ambivalence as far as Facebook is concerned. There are things that they do very well. You know, there's aspects of Facebook that are very effective for friends and like real friends and real family, not like on X where your friends and family are these extended people you don't really know. But at the same time, like
That
Facebook
hurts
is,
me.
you're a real friend, Pat. You know,
I mean,
So
you're not
consider
even
you-
on X really, like anymore. Like
Well, not really.
you're like this weird half shadow.
I've shot not even shadow banned, just like in the shadow realm banned. But like some of the groups on Facebook are the most toxic of people that you can ever possibly meet, and the most ignorant people you will ever. Like pro wrestling fans on Facebook are the dumbest motherfuckers of all time. No doubt about it. It's just like you guys are fucking stupid. But at the same time, I like, you know, obviously I like movies like this because it is kind of exposing. It's all going to happen. Don't worry. There's going to be a reckoning for Elon Musk. I don't care if he's a trillionaire or not. X and Twitter are going to have this moment, whether it's me who's in the middle of a big fight with them or somebody else. That moment's going to happen because they do, like Pat said at the very beginning, this is a problem with these social media giants who just don't give a shit about the content and the message that is getting to some of their users. And they don't care about the ramifications. And that's what this movie is about, exposing that. X has got the same problem. Instagram's got the same problem. Blue Sky, not so much because no one's there. But, you know, these other ones have got their own issues. And I think you're going to see the same thing happen with X sooner or later. It's going to happen because we know there's abuses that have gone on, or they're not just with me, but a lot of people have been subjected to hacking, no oversight. AI bots are running the whole fucking thing, that sort of thing. So I'm interested in this, but like you guys are saying, I'm not going to go out to the movie theaters and watch this. It'll be something I'll check out at home and see, okay, let me get a little bit deeper into this whole Facebook nonsense that went down. Because I think you're going to see this expand to these other social media platforms. It's going to happen eventually. It's a question of when, not if.
Oh, there's too much money involved at this point. Honestly, the cynic in me questions what that reckoning will actually be, because it always just changes.
Well, it won't impact them. I mean, Elon's the first trillionaire, so it's a drop in the bucket to him. But from the standpoint of your platform and what is really going on with your platform, Yeah, there's gonna be something that's out there.
I mean,
that if it results in them saying we need to change our protocols and our approach to these things because this is an issue, then that's a win.
I appreciate that very hopeful stance. I don't see it. I don't see it at all. I see there's too much money and power involved with these folks anymore. Whether it's a trillionaire or what, like there's no impetus for them to truly change, and I don't think there is any arm that can really affect a true change with some of these juggernauts. Let's talk about
There's an
something.
arm. They won't do it, but there's an arm.
Right. Let's talk about something fun. Let's talk about episodes 5 and 6 of Spider Noir. First time Ray gets to talk about Spider Noir. No,
I have not
Ray.
watched any minute of this show.
Mute that son of a bitch.
I'm gonna step away and feed my dog and get a drink while you speak.
You know, Dave, you're off the hook. Ray, go back to the Amazon rainforest with the fairies in Fern Gully and stop some smoke monster. You terrible young man.
Could see. I really hope people can see Tuddy's changing of our subtitles as this episode goes on because it's brilliant.
By the way, you're on vacation. Good for you.
Till July 6th.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's former vacation. Former vacation.
I quit my job.
Oh, no shit.
Well, I have another one. It starts July
Okay.
6th.
Well, congratulations on the new job. Had
Yeah.
no idea you left the old job. So, you know.
Yeah,
all the
no,
best, man.
literally Thursday afternoon, I had enough and made sure I had another job, and then walked into the vice president's office and laid my key card down in front of him and said I quit. And he was
Kiss
like
my
lost.
ass.
No, he was lost. And he's like, wow, what's going on? I'm like, well, I can tell you what I've been trying to tell you for the last 3.5 years, but nobody listens, and I don't want that to be about this. So you have a great day, and I'll see you later. And I left.
Anyway, well, breaking news
Get that
here.
man some
Well, not
applause,
breaking news,
yeah.
but
Get that some
congratulations,
applause for
BC
that.
Tunney. You know, you could probably make a TikTok animated video about that whole experience and get like 7 bajillion likes and views.
It's true, and money.
That is a channel that exists.
The last thing I'll say right now, though, is really funny. Is if you're somewhere you don't want to be at a job, and you usually carry like some resentment with you about certain situations and certain things, and you're like, someday I'm gonna tell this, that, and the other, and then when you realize you're done with it and you're ready to move on, and you're gone, and you got something else to go do, it's just not even worth it anymore. So.
Fair enough. So you did not have the moment from Half Baked.
The guy
For
on
a
the
split,
couch.
Fuck you.
So for
fuck
a-
you.
so
Fuck you.
there is a
You're
specific
cool. Fuck you. I'm out.
there is a specific time in the morning where there's meetings for the uppers in the company,
Yeah.
and in a certain room, and part of me contemplated real briefly emailing my supervisor going, I don't feel well, I'm going to go home, we'll see you guys tomorrow, and then showing up and doing it in front of all of them in that meeting. But
Well, I'm glad you chose the discretion. You know who didn't choose discretion? Cat.
Ray.
I just Ray, yeah,
Ray.
you should leave now. If you don't want to be spoiled, you should go.
I'm gonna listen, but I gotta feed my dog.
So I gotta tell you,
while you're doing that.
I walked out of last week's show, and I said, Cat, because this is what happens in every noir. And for those of you who don't know, we talk about both episodes as kind of one chunk of an episode, and these two actually fit together really, really well because this was, Ben and Joe Robinson, in trying to figure out and investigate the history of Flint Marco and Tombstone, and I still can't remember what we call the electricity guy's name, like their
Megawatt.
histories. Yeah, Megawatt. Trying to figure out like how these guys all ended up in New York, like what's their connecting thread, and they learn about this doctor who has been seeing them in recently because it had been 15 years or something like it. It had been something like really long time. But they're investigating this doctor who has been trying to treat these guys after their experience. And we finally see what happened to Ben Riley and these POWs in World War I that resulted in them having one. It's one.
World
Is it
War
World
One.
War-
It happened 15 years ago. It's 1930, so
Oh, this is World War
1915.
One. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Started in
Well,
Yeah,
19
Peel-
prohibition, because prohibition is still
Yeah,
a
you're
thing
right.
in the
Before
series.
World
So
War
It's the Great Depression. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
you were
anyway.
like 12 back then. You should have known what was going on.
should have
Sorry.
remembered
I
this.
had
It's a
to,
little-
Dave. I had to jump in on. I'm sorry.
he
I
was,
had to.
he was
I
too
had to run
busy
with.
working
I'm
the
sorry.
slaughterhouse factories back
sorry.
then with paper
sorry.
bags for shoes. Anyway,
Folks,
blaming
I
that
promise you, we all are really friends. We really,
blaming
really
that
are. All
asshole
four of
Herbert
us
Hoover for
are
fucking
very
everybody.
much friends.
Anyhow, so there's this. We finally get the backstory of how Ben and these other guys these POWs ended up with their powers. It was through experimentation by the Germans on these folks directly, and of course, in kind of a unique twist on the spider bite, it is a human spider hybrid creature monstrosity that bites Ben and results in him kind of getting less of a dose, and so it impacts him differently. It's clear that it impacts him differently, and throughout that investigation, the previous episode, Ben had revealed to Kat that he was Spider-Man. She tricked him into revealing it, but like there was a thing, and he's like, "Let's run away together. We can do this." But as I said, she still cares too much about Flint Marko. She's going to betray our hero, because that's what happens in film noir. The femme fatale betrays the hero. Always happens. And she does, not in some diabolical, I turned a gun on you sort of way, but she absolutely, after learning from Ben that this doctor, or no, it wasn't from Ben, it was from Flint and Tombstone, that if this doctor can find the spider, she would be able to experiment. She thinks she would be able to experiment on him to find a way to cure the other POWs who have seen their powers through her treatment rapidly accelerate to the point where there's no turning back. We then see Kat reveal this to the doctor. The doctor then manages to kidnap Ben using her son, who is aging rapidly due to the experimentation that took place on him via dogs. And we get this trippy episode of Ben Reilly being experimented on in a race against the clock, because Joe Robinson is going to publish, as he's been rehired by the Bugle, this story about the doctor experimenting on these superhuman characters. There's a lot going on. And then Tunney's favorite line in the whole series, I'm assuming so far, happened when they broke out Megawatt and he got to see all the powers in play. What was that line, Tunney?
That was weird.
Yes.
That was
so casual.
So
casual.
reaction to Megawatt killing the guard that was, beating him up and questioning him, interrogating him, if you could say. So, yeah, the funny thing is we talked about, I'll drink because I can't remember the actor's name who's playing Gleason.
Yeah, Brendan Gleeson.
Brendan Gleeson.
We talked about,
Silvermane.
yeah, when we first started talking about the cast and everything for this show before we started watching it, we talked about how wonderful of a choice that was for him to play this role, and I can't imagine it being as good as it is without him in that role, because he's absolutely crushed it and brought that role to life, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%. He's so great, and I love the menace that he brings to the role, as he's talking about how they need to remind Mayor Morris who runs the city of New York, and that it's not looking good for Mayor Morris. Dave, does Mayor Morris survive?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think at the end of the day,
Dave, nothing's
sir.
changed. Nothing's changed in 95 years in New York. The bad guy, mafia guy, still wants to get rid of the mayor, right? Kingpin, we just saw it.
Right.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. Temporary employee. I mean, it's Silvermane is the guy who's been there for all these years, and he says in like one of the episodes, every 4 years I decide who sits in that chair. So they're going to get rid of the mayor. But these were my two favorite episodes of the series so far. Easy, because you got to see the origin story. You got to see how Ben became the Spider. You got to see the stuff that the Germans were doing with all these people, kind of how this all fits together. Like you're saying, Pat, Kat's quasi betrayal of Ben because she still loves
It's
Flint.
not a quasi betrayal. It's a betrayal. Like
Yeah.
don't be forgiving the pretty Asian lady because she's cute. You would be the same gumshoe that would fall victim to Ms. Hardy because you'd be like, she's so pretty. You think she actually loves you.
Hey, are you going to be a dick? Yeah, a private dick.
A
That's
private
right.
day.
That's right. But I think like the second episode, episode 6, where they're experimenting on Ben, and Dr. Aubrey, I think is her name, where she discovers that there's something in his liver that stabilizes all this stuff. And
Dude, I was
And-
really hoping, by the way, at some point she was going to put on some sort of contraption that gave her extra arms. I wanted Miss Dr. Octopus so bad.
yeah, she
was ready
and,
for it.
and then Ben's the one who escapes this whole thing. She cures Augie just in time for him to die. There's just a lot of stuff in this episode that is really, really good, really heartfelt, and tragic. I mean, these 2 episodes are as tragic as they get on multiple fronts. Ben gets betrayed, Augie gets cured and dies. Everybody dies. Silvermane and the mutants are still left standing at the end of the day. But I love these 2 episodes. Can't wait to see the last 2 and how this whole thing sorts itself out. But these were, easily my favorite. Just great storytelling, kept you engaged the whole time, and just like this is where to me, the series kind of hit another, like Tony and I, we talked about like on Night of the Seven Kingdoms, where they flipped the switch and it went from kind of campy and fun to Game of Thrones. This is where this series kind of went from, it's been a little bit campy and it's been fun to a certain extent, and this kind of accelerated things a lot.
And noirs aren't fast-paced stories. Like, I think
No.
that's the other thing. And noir, this has more action than a typical film noir would have. This is building towards Silvermane's attack on the mayor. Like that's what we're rolling into in the final 2 episodes. My only hope is that this isn't a one-off. Like, I hope this does well enough that we get a second story, because I'm enjoying this story very thoroughly.
Pat, I got to ask you, any chance that Kat Hardy survives this series?
Yes,
Really? Okay.
especially if they lean into her being the Black Cat at some point.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Again, Kat Hardy, Felicia Hardy. Yes, Tony.
Oh no, you're good.
Oh, I thought you did a research thing and like we're about to break some news on me. I was
No.
actually I was hopeful
Spider-
you were going to be like season 2 is coming.
No,
I-
Amazon
I
has
hope-
not officially renewed. Yeah.
I hope they do, though. I hope they do,
Rats.
because this one,
There's
this
so
is
much
doing
they
well
can
in the
still do.
rating.
You know
And this
who
one's
would
getting
be
good ratings. So
You know who would be a great Spider Noir like secondary character? Go ahead. Oh, the Vulture is one of my favorites. The Osborn family could take a spot here.
you could bring
Uh,
in like somebody
the-
like the original Human Torch into this whole situation.
could.
and
There's a
kinda-
lot that you
would be
could
kind
do.
of fun.
While a sophomore installment has not yet received the green light, producers and creators are eager to continue, and many cast members are already under contractual obligations to return if the show is renewed. I think you guys
Which-
touched on pretty much everything I want to touch on. Like, this is awesome. I hope we get more seasons because, like you said, the slow storytelling, you can tell different stories with him, right? And we already touched on the fact that it continued to be Nick Cage because once the mask goes on and the crazy shit happens, you don't need him there for that, right? So
Right.
I've
And they did
I've
a
just
good
enjoyed
job
the
of
shit out of it.
de-aging him through the flashbacks, and it looked like
Yeah.
young Nick Cage and all that stuff. And
The other
only
if
question-
they keep. Oh, go ahead, Tony.
No, finish.
Well, the other character that they can bring in if Silvermane doesn't die is Alistair Smythe. What?
Teddy's captions for us about "You're the money bowler" and Elon suspended me. That's good stuff.
Alistair
For-
Smythe, you're
for-
taking it back.
But he's heavily involved in the Silvermane storylines. Like that's why
He is.
you
He
can
is,
tell.
but that also he's also heavily, at least from a comic perspective, Kingpin. You think there'll be a Kingpin version of back then?
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Because that would so iconically Vincent D'Onofrio, it'd be tough to pull off.
One huge question now, because we're going to finish this season next week, right, with episodes 7 and 8.
Yep.
Ben took the antidote with him. Who does he give the antidote to? Because it's definitely not himself. Is it?
Right.
Does he give it to Kat to save Marco? Does he save
Well,
Lincoln? I mean, Who does
I
he
think-
help? Who does he save?
I think that a focal point of the last 2 episodes is going to be Ben tempted to take that antidote on himself because
Right.
he's always said like he didn't want to be this whole thing. So that's going to be a focal point of the last 2 episodes. His temptation for him to take that for himself and ultimately reconcile amongst himself that he does enjoy to some extent being the spider. And then, yeah, where does that antidote
Well,
go?
and the sense of responsibility that comes with being the spider. Like ultimately, that's always the burden of Spider-Man is the responsibility that is felt by his power. So it is a very
Right.
intriguing
Right.
question.
And one of the taglines has been with no power comes no responsibility, but that's
Right.
going to change by the end of this season.
I would say if we're looking at the instead of fuck Mary kill, we'll say survives, cured, dies. I think Tombstone remains where he is in regards to his power. Flint Marco gets cured, and Megawatt dies.
Tombstone can't die though, right?
He didn't say
Well, but-
Tombstone dies.
He could die because it's not like the comics where he's already dead. He's just been experimented on. It looks more like, and they make it very clear that animals and plants have been what they used in their experimentation and hybrid. And Tombstone has a very sort of armadillo looking, sort of like he's got like face plates and like
So like
kind
a
of
shell more so than
he's kind of
than
like
dead.
armored, right? So
Got
it's
it.
possible there. So we'll find out more next week. Hopefully, Ray, you got to catch up, buddy. These are, you
Yeah,
got to
Ray,
watch.
you gotta
this.
watch
this. Brother.
So-
Did we all make?
I'll
So
get
what are we playing for next week prediction wise? What did you pick? We got to make our predictions here then.
Oh, I picked Megawatt's gonna die. That's my
Okay. So you said Megawatt dies
Flint gets
Yeah.
cured.
and Tombstone
And-
gets away.
Yes, and Flint and Cat get to go away together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you're right there. I think definitely. I think Ben gives it to Cat to cure Marco.
I'll
Tony, what
catch
do you
up.
think?
Yeah.
I will.
I think
Okay.
that makes sense.
Cool. All right. Well, we're a little over an hour into the show. Time to take a quick little break and just remind you all that Bandwagon Nerds is a part of the Chairshot Radio Network here on the chairshot.com. Make sure you go to the new and improved chairshot.com. We got all kinds of great stuff going on the site right now. It is Pride Month. We are celebrating Pride with a lot of wonderful LGBTQ plus folks in wrestling and in the history of professional wrestling. If you're following all our socials, we've been doing a daily little history note talking about those and some of the pioneers and folks that have been in the wrestling circle for quite some time. From Gorgeous George to Dalton Castle. Like you look, we're talking about everybody. We're also sharing daily dream matches right now on the socials. I keep joking, you won't have to guess which match is the one that Patrick O'Dowd put together. It's pretty
won't.
damn obvious.
It's the only one that is different than everybody else's.
Well, it's got to
And then-
be.
Don't spoil it. 'Cause
Well, I
it's
don't
not
know.
out yet.
By the way, shout out today as we're recording Sunday, so live people. Tomorrow you got a different one, but is my boy Kyle from the Outsiders Edge chose Sabu versus Jeff Hardy Full Metal Mayhem.
Okay. That is
That works.
bloody and gross and
Is it like
kinda
Rick Martel
crazy.
versus Kit Wilson or something like that?
why are you trying to guess?
That's next year because the model versus Toxic Kid Wilson.
No, it is not. But
Yeah, half
you'll
right now.
again you'll know. What's that?
Nothing.
Anyhow, also while you're on that side, maybe scroll down a little bit. There's a little banner in the middle there. It says Bandwagon Nerds. Click on that. I'll take you to bandwagonnerds.com.
It's also at the top.
Oh, it is at the top.
Yeah.
I just scrolled down to it. I can get to it. You can read some awesome character profiles. You can follow along with all of our projects and exciting things that we do on the show. You can catch our latest episodes in our archive, a little bit of our archive, not the whole way back, but it's a lot of fun stuff on our side as well. That baby is still growing. And like I said, Webmaster Ray, like the worst DJ name of all time, Webmaster Ray is going to It's instead of spinning, you're clicking. It's like click, 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 click.
It's been a rough couple weeks, guys. Otherwise,
so-
there'd be a lot more updated on the website.
Now,
A lot more cool things
we
on it.
understand life gets in the way. It's a lot going on. So make sure you check all of that. And then while you're there and you love what we do and you love seeing our exciting new site, make sure you head over to prowrestlingtees.com/thechairshot and check out our chair shot swag. We got some great stuff. See that logo behind it? Dave, go invisible for a second. Go invisible. Get out of your camera. Yes, you. Is there another Dave in the chat? You're no. Just get off camera.
He's not.
No.
Oh.
No.
What is he
No!
doing? We're gonna lose
He
the whole
left the
recording.
show.
He's the host. He's the
No,
host.
he
He
just
the whole
took- he
recording.
I just hid myself.
No, just off camera, bro. Just get yourself off camera real quick.
Hey, top
Now
5
you-
moment of the show. Go
Okay,
invisible,
folks.
Dave
That
leaves.
beautiful logo right there, you could have on an awesome shirt.
It's also in the upper right corner here, Pat.
Upper right corner. I can't read.
Dave, come
Uh,
back.
Dave,
come
you
back.
can come back now.
Dave's too
That-
old to be doing that kind of acrobatics
That's
in a chair.
amazing.
I'm trying.
Hey,
That
Dave,
is
hide
true.
for
A
a
man in
minute.
his
Dave
90s.
leaves.
Dave disappeared. There he's gone. I'm like, oh, there goes the whole
No, that's
recording.
even
What
better.
the fuck?
Now it's working. Oh my goodness. This is what a time. This is live podcasting at its finest. Anyway, you can get that design and plenty of other amazing designs. Ray, is your shirt still on sale at prowrestlingtees.com? So
Unfortunately,
you can get that one as well.
Fortunately and
Geez.
unfortunately, it is. Yes.
So a lot of great stuff over there. Take a look. Anything that you do helps us keep putting out this quality content, and we have a good time. Clearly, we're having a good time today. All right, let's get back to it. I got one piece of news around the Nerdosphere that I just had to share because I know I've seen Project Hail Mary. I know Dave has seen Project Hail Mary. Ray, did you see Project Hail Mary?
In the theaters, baby. Yes, sir.
In the theater. Tony, I don't think you made it, right? You didn't go see Project Hail Mary? No. I think all three of us are in agreement that this is a phenomenal film.
Fantastic.
That it was one of the best films we've seen so far this year.
Maybe my favorite.
And it is coming around to being available on streaming. And kids, is it going to be streaming on Prime? No.
No.
Disney Plus? No. Paramount Plus? No. HBO Max? No. Netflix? No. Bear in mind, this is produced by Amazon/MGM. Where is it streaming? It is going to be made available streaming exclusively on
Plus.
MGM Plus.
Fuck you guys. Seriously.
Fuck. Exactly.
Go to fucking hell.
So clearly,
Guess I'll never
this
see
is-
it. I'll never get to fucking see it. Fuck them. Sorry.
It's not going to be there forever, and at some point, it will end up on a different streaming platform because that's.
I'm gonna have to watch it on
films on
TNT
streaming.
at 11:30 p.m. on a Thursday with 700 fucking commercials.
It's
This
gonna be
is
the
why
lead
I
in the
shared this
AEW.
news story today.
Could just buy
Movies
it
for-
like I did.
They're gonna bring back movies for guys who like movies. I'm gonna have to
No.
watch it there.
Oh, you bought the movie. You bought the
I
movie
bought the movie.
itself.
Right.
I'm
Right.
considering it because it is a film that I would watch again. Like the Little O'Dowd really enjoyed it. I've never in my life did I think that I would get emotionally connected to a fucking rock.
Dog.
And yet there I am
Rocky.
being like, no.
Yeah, I
I verbally said no. At
took my-
one point.
I took my daughter, and she's down for everything. That's my little mini me. But she was like, I don't want to know about this movie. And literally 5 minutes into the movie, you could see her like in the chair. Yeah, we were mourning the supposed
Rocky.
issues of Rocky. Oh, bruh. Yeah, it's fantastic.
So this is just us pointing out that I don't want to join another goddamn subscription service, even for 7 days, just so I can watch this once. So Dave, it may, like you said, it may just drive me to buy it digitally and download
That's-
it, buy it
I
through
mean,
Amazon.
The second that
'cause
thing
it
became
is-
available, I bought it.
Because that movie is amazing. It is amazing. It is absolutely worth the watch. I really, really, really can't recommend it enough.
Whoa,
It,
wait.
like I want to read the book. Andy Weir is a terrific
Yeah.
our author as well. He wrote The Martian as well. He's a
Yeah.
great author.
Wait 3 months and you can get it for $9.99. It's only just $24.19 now because it's just come out.
No,
No, Ray, I didn't want to
100%
wait
agree.
3 months.
But it is. I get what Amazon MGM is trying to do. They are trying to drive subscription rates up on that MGM Plus platform, and it might work. I don't know that marketing structure really does, though. Time and time again, a lot of people say this. Something comes out that's exclusive to a platform they don't already have. I'm going to sign up for the free trial, watch it, cancel. People do it all the time. And I don't know that Project Hail Mary is going to get me to stay on MGM Plus.
Here's the thing for me that's weird. So MGM Plus, I'm all for having multiple, like Disney has Hulu and ESPN. I get all that. I'm all for diversifying and stuff. You want to have a little different. This cool, cool. Why is MGM Plus $6.99? What the fuck's on there? If you told me it was $3, $4, maybe I'll give it a month.
I think it should just go the Tubi route and be free. I don't know.
I mean,
I honestly barely knew that this thing existed until
the show with Harold Perrineau that everybody talks about, where he's like in the city that's like in the middle of nowhere, almost like the adult version of Erie, Indiana. That's the only show I know that's on MGM Plus. I can't tell you anything else.
So that's the thing. This is clearly a ploy to drive subscription rates up. I don't know if it works. I'm mad about it too. I'm so mad that I want to talk about 1970s action shows now. And so we're going to move into our final segment of the day. That is right, our continuing summer project, ongoing little joyous occasion. We are still in the 1970 television intros, drafting our best television intros of all time. We are doing our genres and categories. This week, it's 1970s action shows. We have a full cadre of drafters this week with Ray Cash. I shared this earlier. These last 2 weeks between dramas and action shows have been my favorite 2 weeks of research because I have looked up some fun, dope shit. Like the way this works when I write my list of 20 possible draft picks is I start with my knowns and then I run a list much like Tunney does, and then I start looking them up and being like, oh, I remember that. Was that dope? Yeah, it's pretty dope. I'm going to put that one down. What about this one? I'm concerned that there's going to be a drafter or two that might make a sacrifice in the 80s action genre, because there's a couple of nice little bleed over shows that got their start in the late 70s. There's a possibility.
There's two pretty big ones.
Right. And so we'll see where that goes and how that takes us. Ray, I'm excited to just have you here to participate. I know you enjoy being in these projects as well.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised you're here. I thought you were going to skip the 70s, Ray.
We're gonna
the first one, I really was busy, but the first one, the kids one, yeah, I wasn't fucking with that at all. It's just hard.
So what we're going to do like we did last time. We're going to do our draft order live. For those of you who don't remember, it is a snake style draft. So we go 1 through 4, 4 through 1, 1 through 4, 4 through 1. I'm going to assign each of the bandwagon members a number right now. That is your number to remember when I do the sequence generator, and I will screen share it like I did last week because we learned that part works. So that was very exciting. So this week, PC Tunney, your number is number 1. Patrick is number 2. Ray, you are assigned number 3. Dave, you are assigned number 4. So sharing the screen now with random.org sequence generator. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're going to get our sequence right now. And picking first will be PC. Picking second will be Ray. Picking third will be Patrick. And once again, picking last, David Ungar.
You're being punished because you lived through this decade. That's what it is.
Dave, have you picked last every draft? Dave has picked last. You know why? This is punishment for the $6 million man. This is punishment for the $6 million man. That's what this is. So I'm going to draw my columns here so we can track. Ray, I'm assuming you're going to track as well.
Yep.
For website purposes.
Yep.
I just like to do it because it helps me know who's picked. And congratulations, Tony. You get to pick first, which is both a tough decision, but also kind of fun. So where are you going?
I think this is a pretty easy decision. I'm going to go with Kung Fu. I think
You
it's one
son
of
of a bitch.
it's one of the
You
most
motherfucking
It
son of
was
a bitch. I
great
thought I
minds.
had that shit locked the
great
fuck
minds,
up.
dude. That's probably one of the most iconic opens in television history, right? Like just the
David
visual
Carradine
and
walking by himself.
yeah. And then what's the instrument? Is that a flute or a recorder or whatever the
It's
fuck
a
it
flute,
is?
yeah.
Yeah. Just iconic, very iconic.
Was
If you
supposed
want
to
to
be Bruce Lee's television show.
if
So
you want to
pisses me
get
off.
into some dark real life bullshit, look up the Carradine family. But yeah, I'll keep it light at Dave's. Yeah, I'll keep it light. Kung Fu for me was easily at the top of my list instantly, and that's why I'm happy I got the number one pick today.
Ray.
So, do Flash Gordon expert? You're damn right.
Dave, did you
I
do
don't
that?
know if I want to go strategic or pick what is the number
There's
one.
no
for me.
winner. There's no winner.
I
There's
already
no
won.
winner.
Yeah,
you,
so
you
you're playing
look,
for second.
my boy, you gotta
Stop.
understand. You're not gonna win
You
that
two,
argument.
you two can have your little dick measuring contest over who won the draft later.
But also,
No,
I don't want some. Also, I feel like by the time I come back, one of y'all's gonna pick my second one. So I pick the
that's
second one
fair.
first.
I am sad because I really thought I had like, given my love of kung fu movies and shows, I really thought that one was going to be mine in the second
For
round.
sure.
But thanks for nothing, Tunny. That
Well,
hurts.
You're
so let
welcome.
me pick. I'm going. Oh, damn.
I'm happy it got picked first because I love that show. So like, it is a great showcase. Great, we're taking your thunder, bud.
No, you're good. I'm gonna pick the show that I had number one. That has been an important thing for me, for my culture as a black man and as a Texan, and has spawned some of the most regular and culturally used vernacular in history. Dukes of Hazard, baby.
That was one
Daisy
of the
Dukes,
ones.
Boss Hog. Yeah, come
So
on, man.
well, and you know that means because the Dukes of Hazard started in the 70s, but went well into the 80s, and so this is one of those that I was like, this is one that messes with your 80s draft. But it was also on my list,
On
so
our
it would have messed
on
with
our
mine at some
one of
point.
our unspoken rules that aren't rules. You mean
Right.
so Ray? Technically, you can't pick them in the '80s.
I mean, I'm sure
That's
you
fine.
could.
That's
Also,
fine.
this was one of my favorite. How do you view this show? Like, do you view it based on, the General Lee doing the leaps and all that, or do you base it on the comedy involved? Because it is a comedic show as well.
I think a
Uh,
lot of
sure,
us based it on Catherine Bach introducing
Daisy
Daisy
Duke, baby.
Dukes.
Daisy
That
Duke.
was
Well,
holy shit, man.
so that brings us to my pick, and I think I'm going to be doing some. I'm going to pick this one because I don't want Dave to pick it,
I
and
know
I
what
think
you're
he'll. I'll think. I know. Well, you might. I don't. I think he would pick both of these options in his turning of the corner, but I am going to go with Marvel Man that I am. I'm going to go with the Incredible Hulk and David Bruce Banner experiment. But here's the thing that's really interesting about. See, Dave, you were going to do it. I know exactly
It's
what
my
you were going to do.
they was my
You were gonna
number
do a-
one. They were my
Yeah.
number
Yeah.
one pick.
So I knew exactly like. But here's
he
the
was
thing:
gonna
is,
he was gonna go Marvel, I think. Or no, Marvel DC, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
And he still gets to go DC
yes.
because I was sitting there. I was like, I know where he's going to pick that first one, and we'll see what he does to the next one. So I got to mark this one off on my list. Got to mark off Dukes of Hazzard. That was in my second
If
round
you
options.
pick the
And
$6 million man, I'm hanging up.
But here's the other thing that I wanted to point out about the Incredible Hulk. Maybe as well known for its outro and its credits and the Lonely Man song as it is for its opening of David Banner experimenting on himself and all that. So, Dave,
Well, it's
I already.
yeah, it's got,
Oh, go ahead.
and it's got the that iconic line, Mr. McGee, don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm
You
angry.
when
I
I'm
mean,
angry.
that's yeah, you guys already figured out where I'm going with my first pick, and that is the one and
Wonder
only Linda Carter
Woman!
and Wonder Woman. And that intro, that song, Linda Carter really kind of emblazoning the character of Wonder Woman in the hearts and minds and sight of every young man
Is
growing
the,
up in the 70s.
Is the skateboard scene in the open, or is that just one of the most iconic scenes? Where she spins herself into the helmet, arm pads, knee pads, and skates and goes after
it's in the open. It's in one of the openings. I don't know if it's in the original opening.
Can we just also talk about real quick? Linda Carter is a woman who did not age.
No,
Like
she
at
still
all.
looks
Like
great.
that woman is fucking stunning to this day.
She's
in
an
her
alien.
80s.
Yeah,
She's gotta be.
She still looks great. But
Also,
I mean, yeah,
underrated Linda Carter role, the governor of Vermont in Super Troopers.
Yeah,
Yes.
What are we doing here? Drug bust. Oh, cocaine, marijuana. Why are we here?
that's
Why are we here?
that's true.
Why are
So I get to turn the corner and come back,
You
and
do.
I am going to keep the female theme very
Yeah, I
heavy.
know where you're going.
And I
Hello,
mean, I'm
Charlie.
going with Charlie's Angels. Yeah, they these three girls, and
Women.
especially Jacqueline
Women.
Smith. Yeah, three women. Sorry, women.
These
Jacqueline
these
Smith
three
and Farrah
broads over here.
Fawcett. These three bitches over here. Fuck.
Okay. Whoa.
No, but
Whoa.
Jacqueline Smith and Farrah Fawcett especially just were like, good God, who are these?
I mean,
girls?
Farrah
Who
hair
are
was
these
a
women?
thing.
It was.
With
It was.
The feathered hair.
What did Steve Martin
yeah.
say in his routine about Farrah Fawcett? And after the hours I spent holding up her poster with one hand, so that was great.
Yeah,
stuff.
Charlie's Angels was what I was going back and forth between the Incredible Hulk and Charlie's Angels, and I felt I was not going to be a true bandwagon nerd if I didn't get at least one of the comic book shows. And I'm
yeah.
pretty sure so I get Charlie's Angels if I don't pick Incredible Hulk, but then you get both Wonder Woman and Incredible Hulk, and so I wanted to be able to talk about one of my all-time
I mean, I remember this show so much, like the controversy when Farrah left after like maybe 2 seasons she was there.
Right.
And she left, and I forget the gal's name who replaced her, but yeah, John Forsythe was in this, but you never saw him. It's just his voice and the little intercom sort of thing. But yeah, it's an iconic show of the 70s was Charlie's Angels.
And just the silhouette intros of all of them, and again,
Their
a lot
action
of these
poses,
shows,
yeah.
a lot of these shows I thought were really interesting in that they have a lot of narration to tell you what the show is about, and I thought that was hilarious. Tony, are you okay there, bud? All right, you got it. All right, so that brings it to me. I'm excited because your pick of Charlie's Angels means that I get to pick 2 shows on my first round line. So Ray, Dukes of Hazzard is all about the car, right? Well, there's another show that's all about the car, all about police chases, driving through the streets of the city. 2 guys in a fucking dope red vehicle with a white stripe. I'm talking about Starsky and Hutch. We're going with Starsky and Hutch driving through. I can't even remember which city they're in. There were so many.
San Francisco, isn't it? Or maybe not.
Yeah, there's just so many cop shows in the streets of various cities. Excuse me, I gotta mute myself. This is what I was talking about. 48-year-old Patrick's body tried to kill him while he inhales because he got so excited.
How long does it take you to bowl one game?
Excuse me?
I was making fun of you like you're old and frail because you can't breathe without choking. So
Fair.
I'm like physically,
I about 20 minutes.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
bowling solo.
It was bad. It didn't hit. I apologize. I mean, I don't apologize.
I appreciate you age shaming somebody else, Tony. Thank you.
He's over there dying.
Starsky and Hutch, my number 2 pick, and I'm thoroughly satisfied that I get to take that off of my first pick line.
Yeah, that car that they had. I mean, and every once in a while you would see that out in the street somewhere and be like, "Oh, everybody would like stand up."
Well, and
wow.
the fucking intro is just a fucking baller of the car speeding around doing a big donut, like chasing 2 guys down. It reminds me of the video of the Sabotage video for the Beastie Boys where they're driving around in the car acting all insane, and you can't tell me that wasn't an inspiration. So Starsky and Hutch, easy. I can't hear you, Ray. You're muted.
Sorry. I was doing some research, more just double checking my research. Dukes of Hazzard was absolutely about the car, but the Dukes weren't really cool. The car was the cool thing. Starsky and Hutch was just, if they ain't had no car, they was walking down the street. Them boys was cool, man.
That
So, yeah,
leather
I can-
jacket. Oh,
Oh,
You are
shout out to Huggy
grossly
Bear.
underestimating Bo and Luke Duke, Ray. I'm just gonna.
no,
not
it was
saying they're
about
not
Daisy.
cool.
All right, what you just said. It was about watching Daisy Duke
I ain't
earlier
saying
in this
they ain't
podcast,
cool.
sir.
It was. It was.
No, you know what? Everybody was watching for Uncle Jesse. Let's be real.
Hey,
Yeah. Boss Hog.
I-
Tom
Ray, it's your
Wopat.
turn.
You got to have some love for Tom Wopat, though.
Look
So,
up
I mean,
if you don't know his story, look it up. This is one of the most incredible human beings ever, by the way.
who's
Which
that?
Boss Hog?
Yes. You guys don't know his whole story? Look it
Oh
up.
yeah, but while everybody else looks it up, Ray, tell everybody what your second pick is.
Let's keep it moving. So I feel I have a little bit of latitude to get the other one I was talking about on the back turn. So Tony, don't fuck me over. Also, if I'm going according to the rules, it as long as it was a show in the 70s, it counts. It didn't have to be
Yeah.
started in the 70s, right?
No,
Okay, so Tony and I both talked about how we were raised by our grandparents. My grandfather would disown me if he could, if I did not pick. Bonanza, baby.
Mhm.
and
I
that
grew up-
marks. Didn't you pick Bonanza last week, Tony, for dramas?
We talked. It was an honorable mention. We talked
Oh,
about it.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I was like, oh, that marks the first repeat, but no.
well,
Okay,
and
sorry,
so
go ahead.
no, and I went through the list to make sure I didn't do any repeats for that purpose. So I'm glad that I didn't see that. But dog, I grew up with, if there wasn't wrestling or Sanford and Son, it was nothing but westerns in the house. That was the three.
Dropping
From-
draft
from
picks
a
for
grandpa.
next week too, huh?
Oh, next week, number one pick is very important because Ray just told you exactly who it is.
Well, he told us
Next
who
week's
it is.
comedies, right? Next week's
If we do it,
right.
come on, dog. That we know. That's
Could
legendary.
have been MASH, but we saw how that went.
Oh yeah.
Drama.
Okay,
It's a drama. Yeah.
It's a
Well,
dramedy.
well
It's a
yeah. The
dramedy,
name
yeah.
the name of the song that opens the intro is called "Suicide Is Easier." So you tell me how that's not dramatic as far as the show open goes.
That's why I called it a dramedy. I'm just
It's
saying.
got a laugh
Listen,
track to it. Bro.
Listen, this ain't no $6 million man bullshit. I don't want to hear it. Okay.
I didn't say that
Let
I
it
accepted
go. You
MASH
guys-
over that. Anyway, Tony, it's your turn to turn a corner. So where you go with your next pick?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Hawaii 5-0 here. Book 'em, Dano.
Now that
There's a-
is
there's
our
a
first
repeat.
repeat.
That's a
That is our
repeat.
legit first repeat. Yep.
But I didn't
But a
pick 'em.
great choice.
No, you
No,
didn't.
you did not.
No.
Dave picked it last week.
I-
Which
Good call.
I
I
don't think
agree.
there's a lot of them that we can put into two categories, right? So
Mhm.
like
very
That's-
true.
when we go back and look at individually winning each draft, that's another piece in my pie for another victory here today. It's inevitable.
There's no victories because
You're
this is not a
disqualified.
contest.
You picked another. You picked one that was picked last week. You're disqualified.
No. The rule is he can't pick it again. I can pick it.
Right. Well, you get to pick and lead off our third round as well.
I do. And I think we're going to have to go with the Bionic Woman here.
Yeah, suck it,
You
Dave.
son of a bitch, man. I was waiting to pull that at the end and say I wasn't going to pick the $6 million man, but you guys didn't say anything about the spin-off.
Oh, it would have never gotten to you because I had her on my list too, bro.
I mean, I could have picked
this.
It's-
I could have picked the $6 million man, but I didn't want to take another repeat in a row,
Well,
so
yeah.
that's why. And I want to get Bionic Woman in here too because it's another great intro as well. Go ahead. Dave.
No, it is. It is not as iconic as the original, but it is really cool because she was such a big part of that 1-2 punch of that series, the whole 70s.
Very
good call,
true.
Tony.
And it also just unique in and of its own as an intro. As it shows her,
The
being
skydiving. Yeah.
skydiving and dropping from the sky, and then the bringing bionic parts and all that. So good choice. Well done. You snaked one from me. You snaked one from Dave. Tony, Wonder Woman has already been picked. Yeah, Dave picked it.
Winning.
Winner.
There's no winning.
Fucking drinking tiger blood over here. Okay, relax.
We made a whole
Is it
conversation before this thing
2013?
started. Ray, it's up to you, my friend. Where you go?
All right. So I'm pivoting in real time. because I'm starting to feel like nobody's going to pick the one I was worried about. So let me get the ones that I am worried about. So for my third pick, I'm going to pick a show that bred one of the more underrated movies of the 2000s, 2010s. We're going to go in the cop world, y'all. We're going to pick SWAT.
It's a
Ah,
really good intro, actually.
it is a very good. The guys grabbing the guns, heading out to do the thing. Yeah, it was a good. It was a good.
It's a good
intro.
pick, Ray.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Only 2 seasons, but good pick.
Some of the best shows only had a couple seasons, bro. It's weird.
So for my next pick, and again, it's just interesting to see where our like rankings lie because I am still picking here in the third round shows that are on my 2 line. This is a show that straddled the 60s into the 70s. Probably more known for the song, but the compilation of people in action that take place
This is a good
when
call.
you hear dun 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 dun
I was
dun
going to say, is you're
dun
picking a
dun dun
self-destruct
dun
after you make it?
ba-da-da. Also, one of the biggest film franchises in Tom Cruise's career. Dun 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 dun.
That was Tom Cruise in that movie?
Yes.
He was in a few of them, like 9 of them or something.
Scientology, here I come.
That's why he was That's why he was hanging out the damn plane. He was trying to run away from the
God,
boys.
those people are fucking insanely weird.
Anyway, we are not a religious podcast. We are a Dave Ungar Turning the Corner podcast. So turn it, Dave.
We're definitely not Scientologists. Fuck them
So-
idiots.
Ray had mentioned a cop drama, and I'm going with the other cop drama, especially because these guys have been a pain in
Well,
my ass a couple times since
You
I
mean
moved. here.
action? The other cop action?
The other,
They-
yeah. Thank you, Tony. Yes, cop
You
action.
about- are you about
I
to
mean,
eat
if you're
some
gonna
Chris?
cheat, you might as well use the right words, right? Like if you're gonna flip.
I don't think Chips qualifies much as a drama, but well, I guess it could. so
Ah,
See, you could have thrown this into the comedy one too. I feel like.
you could have. You could have.
It definitely could have been a comedy.
Oh,
But
this
but
is
I
a
mean,
great
you
pick.
talk
This is
it-
a great
This is
pick.
a-
Great pick.
Action
iconic
song,
song, great
Yeah, great.
intro. These guys on. I mean, before you ever knew that, who the hell are these motorcycle cops? So yeah, Chips is going to be the one.
and this is another one that straddles into the 80s. And I
Yes.
think actually had a longer run in the 80s than it did in the 70s.
But it started with
Right.
like 76 or something. It had a good little run in the
77, I think. 77. The other one I'm going to do.
77,
is-
83. Wait, before we move on from Chips, I have to tell everybody. I've gotten one
Dogs are
speeding.
really excited about it.
I've gotten one speeding ticket in my entire life.
Did
was
Poncho
from a-
John get you?
It was from a motorcycle cop with a mustache. I swear to God.
That's
Eric
hilarious.
fucking Estrada.
My
Eric.
No,
my
it's the white guy.
fondest
The white
my
guy.
fondest Eric Estrada acting moment though is again it's
When
in-
he's selling
it's in-
land in Arkansas? For a
No, it's
infomercial?
it's in the
Oh.
TV show Scrubs.
Of course
where
it
you-
is. Good God.
Where you learn that Carla and Elliot, the 2 characters who can't stand each other, run into each other at a Chips fan convention.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And see Eric
my
Estrada, they're like,
God.
punch! And he's like, damn, I still got it. And he does this like hair wiggle thing, like he's wearing a wig. It's a riot. It's really funny. Yeah, good stuff. Dave, you may now turn the corner.
So for my other one, I'm going to go with this is a kind of a more of a this is personal to me. It probably won't resonate with you guys. You guys may not have ever even heard of this show. Pat, maybe. The other 2 guys, I don't think so. But before he was waking up in the shower to basically say the entire 3rd season of Dallas was just a dream, Patrick Duffy was the man from Atlantis. And and this was a lot of fun because like when we were
He
kids,
swims like a dolphin in it.
we
He
all the
swims
kids
like a dolphin.
all my kids, we tried to swim like the man from Atlantis and failed miserably because you actually need to use your arms to swim unless you're the man from Atlantis. So,
So I got to tell you a really funny thing during my research. Somebody out there, I was looking for, I'm not picking this show and I don't think anybody would have it, but there is a 1970s British show called The Adventurers. And as I was looking for this intro, it brought, yeah, I know I fucked you all up.
I have a few
But
British
somebody-
shows, but not that one.
Somebody made a compilation fake intro called The Adventures using Lee Majors from the $6 Million Man. What's her name? I already forgot her name from Bionic Woman. But the
Lindsay
Patrick,
Wagner.
but Patrick Duffy from The Man from Atlantis footage. And I wrote it down. I was like, they showed where Lee Majors bends a chainsaw at one point. It was fucking hilarious. So I love that you picked The Man from Atlantis, Dave. I love that.
Thank you.
Love
I'm here to please you.
It also allows me to go into another. Actually, this is a tough call. You know what? I'm actually gonna not pick this show.
Don't do it.
Oh, do it, please.
Don't do it.
Do it for the views.
Do it. Don't do it. Do it.
I'm gonna pick a sci-fi show.
No.
It would later spawn a popular remake on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Bears,
Sorry.
Beats,
Trash
and
ass show.
I'm just.
That's not where he's
what?
going. That's not where
it's
he's going.
not. No, I thought he's
No,
going to White Truth.
you know, Apple a Day keeps this person away.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Edward James Olmos would play a prominent role on the remake, where we were always afraid of the Cylons. Battlestar Galactica.
Oh shit, we both wrong.
No, I am right. That's Dwight
I knew
Schrute
it.
from The Office. Bears, Beats, Battlestar Galactica.
You didn't
Oh.
say shit, Tony. You don't know what you're talking about.
Have we not talked about how I hate the fucking Office?
Ray.
Well, you brought up. To be fair, you brought up Scrubs and Tony hates that, so I guess y'all are even now.
But anyway, fresh off of the Star Wars craze, there were so many shows that then jumped into like space adventures, and Battlestar Galactica was the first one. Lorne Green, by the way, post Bonanza, Lorne Green playing the benevolent leader of humans in Battlestar Galactica. That is my 4th round pick.
The Rain Man.
Raymond.
All right, so I can't keep putting it off, and I realized none of y'all gonna pick it, but none of y'all gonna pick it because it is the loophole of all loopholes. Because it's animated, but it's action. We are an entertainment show, a comic book heavy show. Nobody wants to pick the greatest comic book hero of all time.
Oh, you're gonna pick
And
Shazam.
no,
Superman?
not that.
You're picking Superman?
No, not that
he's going
bitch from
Shazam.
Krypton. No, fuck that show. I'm going.
Oh.
No, hell no. I'm going to.
Are you going Electro Woman and Dyna Girl?
Ooh, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
That's a good
I'm
one.
going the New Adventures of Batman. Intro.
Adam West narrated. He was the voice for that, right?
I believe he was the voice. But also this if I'm not mistaken, is this not the first time we saw Batgirl and Batmite? Because they weren't in the I don't think they were in that show. No, I'm talking about the pow bam Batman, like in whatever. But,
No, yeah, I get you.
Yeah,
it was one. It was one that popped up in my research. It was not one that I chose. No, or put on my list. So
I saw Batman and I couldn't turn away. But I figured let this be my way of mixing with the family animated side because I wasn't on that show. So 2 birds, 1 stone.
there you
Since
go.
Tony and Dave stole my top two picks.
Speaking of which, it's Tunney's turn. He gets his last 2 picks of the draft. Big moments for Tunney here. So he was a little miffed about the Battlestar Galactica thing. So I actually feel better after he took Kung Fu from me.
Beats Battlestar Galactica.
But it is your pick. Stop a lot of good shows still on the board. So let's see what you got.
Urgent. This isn't the intro, but emergency. This is a great intro, though. It's not that quite epic as the song, but we're going to go with emergency. Kind of plainish, old 70s footage of different, like, I think they got a fire truck and an ambulance.
Right.
And stuff. And then to close it out, I don't care. I know that when they look back at these lists centuries from now, no one will remember that Dave screwed up and picked them in the wrong place. And I am going to add the $6 Million Man to the
So you got both. You got both the bionic superheroes on your list. That's
Tony don't give a fuck. Love it.
You get
PC
no
Tunney.
from
PC Tunney, the honey badger of
you get no objection
of
from
drafting.
Me,
Oh my God, it's a honey badger. Honey badger don't care. Honey badger don't give a fuck. Oh my God. What's he doing now?
He's drinking tiger blood is what he's doing and winning.
Really?
Dog, it's
There's no
2026, man. What are we doing? Are you still watching 2.5 Men? Is that what you're doing?
He's gonna.
Oh, hey. When we get to the 2000s, that is definitely at the top of sitcom
Can we just all acknowledge that it's? I'm okay with him doing that and not drinking Malort while doing this because, good Lord, somebody like we'd have to send out a search party for Tony. Like, what happened to Tony? He died. He died.
As long as I can be missing.
He quit his job
weeks.
and died.
I can be missing for 3 weeks as long as I'm back for 4th of July weekend. We'll be fine.
By the way, so Tony texted me when he quit his job and told me. But you know how I know he's really not working? All fucking day I just get retweets of anything that's on the Chair Shot Twitter. All day long. I'm just like,
he replies sometimes.
Play a video game or something.
I mean, I would be critical, but I tweet during work, so I got nothing.
Yo, what's funny is I've been less responsive in like group threads and text messages though, just because I've just
Tony's
been like,
just been gone. Like,
chilling.
where's Tony at?
I need a break this weekend.
There you go. Flash Gordon expert, you get one last pick here. Wrap up your draft, buddy.
Well, speaking of Flash Gordon expert, you guys might not know this, but
Flash Gordon was in the 50s, Ray.
There was a little. Hold on, there's a little known Flash Gordon TV show in the 70s.
Really?
Starring, you spoke of Kung Fu, David Carradine. No, I'm playing. All right, so there's a number of some I can do. So I'll give the honorable mention after we're done. But I just think it's because of what it means to the era and the culture that it introduced to a lot of the world. The Mod Squad.
Good choice. That was going to be my pick if you hadn't picked it. So another one that straddled the 60s and the 70s.
Indeed.
Got its start in the late 60s. And another one of those that is like people in action during the intro. Like each one runs through and they all meet up in an alleyway corner together. All three of them. It's a good choice.
70s thing, yeah.
So that actually, thank you for picking the Mod Squad, because that then means that I don't have to make a decision. I don't have to flip a coin. I am going to go across the pond for this last pick. I am going to Great Britain to one of the most iconic. Sure.
The Professionals?
No, but the Professionals was on my list.
Apple a Day keeps this person away?
Yes. You are correct. So the most iconic science fiction television show in the history of British television recently just announced as canceled again. And
they canceled
not
it.
Just what? Yeah, it's canceled right now.
Word.
Yeah, it's canceled. Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, it's a whole fucking mess. Like everything. So my pick is Doctor Who, but specifically it's Doctor Who, the Fourth Doctor.
Dumbass.
I got it in just in time too. I was a little slow rolled it. Yeah.
Did they cancel it after? Because wasn't the lady still the Doctor?
Well, you want to know the hilarious thing about this is we could all pick this show in a different decade. And likely in another drama as well, or another category.
70s, 80s, 90s, 2010s,
Yeah, and I went with the Fourth Doctor, and the Fourth Doctor was actually many, many years. It was almost a decade. But I have very distinct memories of that intro with it's a thrumming bass line, just like a dun 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 dun, and then this like theremin sort of sounding like eerie sort of whistle is playing in the background while you're going through what looks like a light tunnel. Like, it's great stuff. That's the Doctor Who I remember, because they used to play reruns because it was on the BBC. It would show up on my PBS channel. Like, you would watch Doctor Who on PBS. And the Fourth Doctor, and I can't remember the guy's name, but he was the one with the big like white fro. And maybe that's why it spoke to him, because I had a white fro back in the day when I was a child. Tom.
When you say white fro, are you referring to like a gay,
like a white afro, white guy,
like a Gabe Kaplan type? Oh, yeah. Okay, I've never heard it called that. That's amazing.
Would you? Someday if we ever meet in picture.
Tom Baker.
Yeah, Tom Baker. If we ever meet in person, Ray, I will show you my my high school um, driver's license photo from when I
Looking
was
forward
16.
to it.
And
It's gonna
my
happen. by the way.
my white fro was so big that when I played baseball, it stuck out the little hole at the top of the helmet. You could see I had a big fro.
Oh, you had the not is
I
it
could
Riley
pick it.
Fingers? Who's my boy that had the one on the side when the baseball player? It was so big the shit was coming out on the side.
It didn't come out the back. It was kind of, but it definitely came out the top.
That's
So
fantastic.
it's
I
something
love
special.
it.
See, I had the curls come up because my hair, when it gets long, it just starts to curl up. So like my hair would curl up around the side of my
mullet
hat.
would flow down
It
out
would
the back.
it
of
would
the head.
curl up around my hat, and there'd be just these curl locks around my hat.
That's amazing.
Everybody
I don't
knows
remember-
that
I don't
PC
remember
Tunney
what it
was
was
business up
Yeah, I
front,
don't-
party in the
I
back.
don't remember what it was like to have hair. So
What
I
did you,
can't-
that's
We
great.
know.
Dynamite
We know.
Dynamite drop in, Dave. That broadcast school is really paying off.
No one's
Speaking
listening
of
anyway.
drop in, Dave. Dave, why don't you regale us with your final pick?
So I wanted to do something sci-fi, and Pat, you took my number one preferred pick, which is Battlestar Galactica. But the one I'm going to pick is, and I like this show because the song isn't so great, but the intro had all this action and explosions and all this wild stuff going on, and the replication of the ship in this show was like one of the better toys to get back in the day. And the show's called Space 1999. And it had like
not what I thought you were going to pick.
yeah, it had like this really cool long ship, and even like the toy was like super like oversized and that sort of thing. But it was only around for a couple seasons, but it was a cool sci-fi show. I mean, not as good as Battlestar Galactica, but I really liked this show. And
I
this
thought you
intro.
were going to go. So when you started talking about the toy, Buck Rogers in the 25th
Yeah.
century famously had a spaceship toy with firing rockets that were so dangerous it killed the child. And they had to take the spaceship toy off of the market and get rid of the rockets because the child
Buck Rogers
was so
had like
fired.
Twiggy, that robot, and
Yeah,
and
bitty,
that
bitty,
sort of-
bitty.
yeah.
Bitty, bitty, bitty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like Space 1999 because it was a more serious sort of show, and I just remember that toy was just like the size of this table. Like, good God, how big is this damn thing?
Right. So yeah, good choice with Space 1999. Excellent draft, everybody. Before we do a rundown of what everybody picked, though, a couple of ones that didn't make it on honors honorable mention time. I had Blake Seven, The Professionals was also on there.
Yeah, I had the professionals.
Last week I think Dave picked Streets of San Francisco. That was on my list.
It was
this week.
honorable mention.
It made my honorable mention this week.
Patrick,
And then
make sure you're mentioning shows that don't go into the 80s. You're not mentioning shows that go into the 80s.
I don't think I
Mention
have
them
yet.
shit.
have I?
No, you
Mention
haven't
them.
yet, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. Anyway, it's my show. So like, if I do, like, whatever. What are you gonna do? Stop me?
I tried.
You did. The movie Logan's Run got turned into a brief television
like
series.
14 episodes. Yeah, it was
Right.
good. It was on my list.
Cop show from the 60s had one brief series episode into the 70s. Adam 12 was on there. And then last but not least for me, and I almost picked this because it's seared in my brain forever, is the intro to the television show McCloud. And for
Cloud,
those
I
of you
had
who
it.
don't know McCloud, he is a Montana cowboy who ends up as a police chief or a sheriff in the big city. And the intro is him riding through the streets of, I do believe it's like New York or LA, on horseback, tracking down criminals. It's good stuff. Those were my honorable mentions.
Yeah, I had I'll just go because I had like Heart to Heart was on mine as one of the shows that was
Tony, up too late.
what
Those are
Cuddy
the-
was gonna does
No,
it?
it goes into the 80s.
Yes.
The other one is like wasn't like Angie Dickinson in Police Woman. Remember her?
A police
She was
woman.
like,
Yep, I got it on
yeah,
here.
like before she was in Dress to Kill, she was Police Woman.
Let's see here. We knocked out a lot of my list here, and with the mention, Beretta is something we didn't bring up. Probably a good thing since that dude killed his wife, I think, in a parking lot in a restaurant. Robert Blake.
With the
shot.
Beretta?
Yeah, Robert Blake.
Robert
Yeah.
Blake, yeah.
With the Beretta?
I don't know. That's,
No.
The
He
Hardy-
was
Does it
never
matter, Ray?
convicted. He was not
Does it
convicted.
matter, Ray?
I
That's
rem-
true.
no, I
Pretty
remember.
We're-
The,
I'm
I'm
pretty
just
sure
saying
he
the
did it,
irony
though.
would be crazy.
allegedly. The Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew mysteries.
Oh wow, yeah, there you go.
Oh,
The Rookies.
Yep.
Arc 2 was a special post-apocalyptic tech rescues. And then nope, that's it.
He was thinking about Fantasy Island.
I didn't say it. I almost broke my own rule. Damn it.
they're playing.
He got
My two.
drafted back on
Yeah, but
last
Drama
week.
Day anyway. So
But it can.
Last week. Yeah.
My two real fast. Again, shout
Roots
out
is
to
not
the-
an action series, Ray. Just throwing
let
that
him,
out
let, him,
there.
let him talk, man.
Well, just assume I'm gonna pick the show about the black fucking.
Quiet. Your name is Tobe.
I picked it. So
No. Shout out to the world of animation again with Spider Woman. Word to
Mhm.
Peter Parker before Miles Morales. Jessica Drew is my favorite Spider besides Peter. And I went back to the world again of westerns. I was gonna pick both of them, but Gunsmoke.
yeah.
Gunsmoke, yeah. Also a good choice. Okay, so for the record book, here is how this draft went. PC Tunney, he drafted Kung Fu, Hawaii 5-0, The Bionic Woman, Emergency, and the $6 Million Man. Ray Cash drafted The Dukes of Hazzard, Bonanza, SWAT, The New Adventures of Batman, and the Mod Squad. Patrick drafted The Incredible Hulk, Starsky and Hutch, Mission Impossible, Battlestar Galactica, and Doctor Who. Dave drafted Wonder Woman, Charlie's Angels, Chips, The Man from Atlantis, and Space 1999. Wonderful, wonderful draft, everybody. Hope you guys had fun doing it. Next week, we wrap up the 70s intro drafts with comedies. Probably what we're most excited about, if we're being real, at least a couple of us are. I'm pretty sure pretty amped up for that one. So looking forward to doing that deal. It's going to be a great time. And these projects are always fun. These are fun. I'm glad we did it as a draft. I'm kind of digging the draft format over the list format as we've gotten into it. So great time. Time to move on though into what you're watching. It's been a while. Ray, you've been really busy, but what have you been watching, buddy?
Dog, not a whole lot. If I'm honest with you, that's new. I will say, and Dave will talk about this for sure, but I have me and my mom and the close family friend of mine, my old manager from my old job, are scheduled to go see Disclosure Day next week in the seats, the 40X. So I'm hyped about that. Sometime between now and then, I'm gonna go try to sneak and go see Master Universe, and then when the mini comes back home, we'll go see Toy Story. But the main thing is all the new shows for the summer ramping back up. Um, this is the very very urban black portion of the show. So for our five black listeners, the Power Universe Raising Kanan, the final season just came
Seen
back
that.
out, and first episode was this past weekend.
Is that the
Five.
third? Is that the third book or the second
This
Power
is
book?
the Power Book. So technically it's Power Book 3 because
Three.
Tommy is Power Book 4,
Okay.
Force. But Force finished because they ended that with Tariq and Tommy coming back together. And they're gonna do Power and Legacy, which would be Book 5. But this is the end of Raising Kanan this season. Shout out to All American, the final season of that coming back out here in a couple of weeks. Shout out to The Bear, final season of that coming out in a couple of weeks. It's about to be heavy for them TV shows, my boy. And then you already know what's coming up next month. World gonna change because Peter Parker, when he went crazy because his girl was dating another dude, setting it off.
Tony, you got your numbers backwards, but 0-3 is fine.
Asshole, changing my status.
I've been watching the World Cup and specifically on social media, I've been watching the amazing interactions between different people from different cultures and different countries that have come to North America to follow their team. The South Koreans and the Mexicans in Mexico just having a blast with each other. this guy who lives across the street in Boston from a house that was Airbnb'd by a group of Scots that wake up every morning and play the bagpipes. And he goes, I made contact with the Scots today. I was offered an 8 a.m. World Cup beer. Unfortunately, I had to go to work. And then there's another account from a fellow from Japan who talked about how going to a Mexican restaurant in America, he was gifted a basket of chips and salsa before anything started and couldn't understand why it was free, and was told that he should slow down and save room. And he goes, no, every gift needs to be completely appreciated, and had 3 baskets of chips and salsa before he even started his meal. I just love people from different cultures coming together over sport. It's something that unites this world, and it just makes me happy every time there's a global sporting event and people come together and enjoy one another.
Can I tell you quick, funny World Cup story? I had to go downtown. Those of you don't know, most of you should. I live in Houston, literally in the city of Houston, not like suburbs. Like my little city is on the I can walk to to Houston city limits. So I had to go downtown to go get my registration for my car redone. And literally as I'm walking, do you know how many fucking SWAT damn cops, because it was the day the World Cup started. So was it Thursday, Tony? Right? So yeah, like that was a terrible day. And for the record, I work on the docks in Galveston. So there's gonna be like 20 guards at like I've been on the phone with Coast Guard. It's crazy down here, bro. And the best part about it is we don't have a game in Houston until next week. It's like, so what the fuck
Getting
are
ready.
we doing?
Getting
I
ready.
am terrified of that day at work. Because again, literally, we got a fake call that Russia was trying to come in on a boat through our dock.
They didn't even qualify.
I'm
They weren't
saying
even
it
allowed
doesn't
to
make no
qualify.
sense. It doesn't make any sense. So shout out to the World Cup.
They're not even an Olympic country right now.
No.
My favorite international person experiencing American culture has to be there was a TikTok of a guy from Italy who got excited about free Coke refills, and drank so many Cokes that he got a brain freeze because he was so excited about it.
There's a video of one of the Scots in the crowd looking at the Jumbotron of the cheerleaders as if he had never seen scantily clad women before.
Yeah.
Different world, bro.
Dave, what are you watching, buddy?
Well, you guys already mentioned it. And I'm not going to get into too much detail about it because I'm waiting for Tunney to tell me he's seen the movie so we can do our review of it. But
I may jump on that, by the way. Legit. Because I'm sitting next week, like I told you.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll wait that. I don't know if we'll wait that long. But
fuck me.
Fuck
me.
I didn't say it right. You said that to
yourself.
yourself.
You know what you could do? You could quit your job and then go to the movie in between. You'd have some extra time. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I did see Disclosure Day the other night. All I'm going to say, because we are going to save that for Unidentified History, is that it's a very good movie as long as you're remembering it's a movie. This is not Disclosure. This was never supposed to be actual Disclosure, guys. This is a movie. Keep that in mind. You'll be fine. It's very good. There's holes in it, but I enjoyed the movie a lot. I agreed with like one of the podcasters gave it an 8 out of 10. I'd say that's about right. It's doing better in the theaters than we thought it was. So that's encouraging. That, and I started season 2 of Severance, Pat. So I figured I'd throw that out there to you.
Good job.
And been watching that. But other than that, that's kind of where I am right now.
Patrick, is Ted Lasso 3 coming out this 4 coming out this year?
In August.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure where they are, but trailers have come out, so I think it might be coming out this year if I'm not mistaken. So
I just thought about that because of Severance and Apple TV Plus. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So good stuff. I have been on Amazon Prime lately watching the latest season of The Legend of Vox Machina, which
August 5th.
I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this season because Wayne Brady has been cast as a very funny, ridiculous character. He does not slap a bitch. He plays this like foppish bard-like character because it's a D&D critical role D&D character thing. And at one point, like he's a complete idiot. He's like a complete moron, and but thoroughly spoiled. But he's been a real highlight of the show. I'm only 4 episodes into this season, but they found something with Wayne Brady and this character that he's playing. I also jumped in the vault. I've been going through kind of a baseball movie kick. I watched the original Major League, and then I watched Major League 2. And here's the thing about Major League 2 that just makes me sad. Major League 2 is PG-13, and you can tell that it was clearly designed to tone down what made Major League so good. And the movie suffers for it, and the lack of Wesley Snipes. But
I'm glad you said that. I was gonna say, can I give you my hot take?
Nothing against Omar Epps, and I enjoy Omar Epps, but Wesley Snipes was a real driver of the comedy in that movie.
Agree, but I think Omar Epps was a better Willie Mays Hayes.
That is a take, certainly.
2 things. One, you jogged my memory. I watched Rookie of the Year this last week.
Okay.
Loved it again.
Funky butt loving.
Yeah. Did you say funky butt loving? And I had to Google when did Gary Busey have his motorcycle accident. It was 3 years before this too, and he was still kind of normal. But have you ever seen Major League 3 with Scott Bakula?
Yes.
Better than 2.
Back to the minors. Also, a very young Walton Goggins is in that movie as
Walton Goggins was never young.
Who knew?
Born 70. He was born 50.
Who knew?
He was. He does have Dave's bald spot in that. Or Dave's hair in that.
I just used the Walmart tagline. Went right over all your heads. Whatever.
I just didn't care. Like it's not that.
Tony, I appropriately changed your subtitle. Your title. I appropriately.
Listen, if your goggles aren't Goggins, they shouldn't be on your noggins. Okay.
Anyway. So there you go, folks. That's what we've been watching. Okay, guys, real quick, once around, tell everybody where they can find you on the socials and on thechairshot.com. Ray, you are obligated because you're paying for this shit, so I'm going to have you go first.
Unfortunately, I am, which was one of the dumbest decisions I've ever made. But nonetheless,
your sacrifice.
Look, that was my way into the Illuminati, y'all, for the record. So, at It's Ray Cash, RAY is Mysterio, CASH as in dollars. But more importantly, go to thechairshot.com. Patrick gave a very, very, very good overlay. LGBTQ month, Colors of Friday for graphics. Dream matches this month. New Trivia X up with the World Cup. Phenomenally Funky Facts coming out end of this month before Night of Champions with the Mindless Wrestling Podcast, DJ and Rob. Man, we're over there doing big shit. BandwagonNerds.com will be updated this week. We're really trying to give y'all some really, really good shit. Social media posts should be back this week. It's chairshot.com. It's a lifestyle. Use your head. Get hit in the head. Use both heads. All the other colloquialisms.
Excellent. PC Tunney.
I do not want a chair shot to either head. Check out Program Feud from Pat McAfee, by the way. It was pretty hilarious this week. Follow me at PC Tunney. That's all I got.
David Ungar.
Well, you can. The best way to find me is to go to this website right here, attitudeofaggression.com, and that is the best way to interact with me. And go check out the YouTube channel as well, Attitude of Aggression's YouTube channel. And that's pretty much it. He's laughing because he's
something is stupid. It's dumb.
And you can follow me on the socials at Wrestling Realist. That is at WRESTLNGREALIST. You can catch it every Monday, Tuesday, and most Wednesdays. Talking nerdy stuff with these guys on Mondays. Talking sports on Tuesdays with David Ungar, and Wednesdays talking wrestling with Craig DeMarco when we feel like it. Big shout out to PC Tony for filling in for me last week, along with was it a Balaz that filled in last week as well?
Andrew.
I don't remember on the great.
Oh yeah,
that's Andrew?
Right. I forgot about that.
On the Greg DeMarco show. So Folks, that's going to do it for this week's edition of Bandwagon Nerds. Thank you, everyone, as always, for listening. Now get yourself out of the basement, get yourself some sun, and you know what? Watch some 70s action shows. They're beautiful, they're ridiculous, they make no goddamn sense, but the car chases are sweet. You've been listening to Bandwagon Nerds here on the Chairshot Radio Network, part of the Chairshot.com.